Alright, that's enough. Alright, we got plenty of people in now. Based on people talking about the guitar, I'm going to assume that the audio is working. It does say that it's working, which is good. Sorry for the stream starting a few minutes later than what I anticipated. OBS decided to update in the middle of me trying to get everything set up. And as soon as I went to go start the stream, it prompted me for yet another update. So clearly it didn't update all the way. So that's weird. Sup? Just woke up from a nap? Nice, I just had tacos. What's good? Joined while watching your most recent vacuum saved. Well, that's good, because there's another one coming out very soon. Possibly Friday, but don't quote me on that. I did get a few new vacuums. There are there's 5 vacuums that you guys haven't seen yet, although 2 aren't mine. 2 of those vacuums belong to a customer. I'll be returning those probably tomorrow, just whenever a time works out for them. I had to replace a part on one of them, but you'll figure that out in the vacuum saved. I'll record it Oh, maybe not tomorrow, maybe tonight. I don't know. I'll record it at some point. If I still have those two sharks that I'm currently talking about that I'm fixing for a customer, if I still have those, then I'll feature them in the vacuum saved. If not, then not. Because technically they're not saved because they're not mine. They're going back to the customer. But I guess they're saved from being thrown away in the first place because they're fixed and now continuing to work. Who knows? But yeah, they weren't really broken to begin with. They were just clogged really badly and needed a desperate clean. But yeah, and some new filters, which I did change. And I changed the power heads, and I changed the power head in the Navigator because it died right after I went to go test it, which is not fun. But yeah. Let's see. Hello, good job. Everyone's complimenting my guitar skills, but I literally only know one chord. It's been a long time since I've actually knew how to play properly, and I never really did because I never actually finished my original guitar lessons. So I can play one chord and different variations of that chord. And that's about it. I can play one chord. And then, of course, I can play anything that's obviously one string. And I just kick the desk. But that's okay. For some reason, my webcam looks extra fuzzy for some reason. It looks like I have a VHS filter going on. But whatever. Not bad. For those of you subscribed to Intelitech Mobile, I did return both the Opus and the Zephyr Xbox 360s. Despite them being rare units, I ultimately decided to take them back because they didn't read discs properly, unfortunately. So if you are subscribed to Intelitech Mobile, then there's your update. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then go subscribe to Intelitech Mobile. Yeah. So that's that. So if you want to see the Xbox and the Xbox videos, the phone content, the other video game contents, I'm going to be doing console reviews over on Intelitech Mobile. I'm going to be doing I have a couple more cell phone reviews that I already did the review on the S7 Edge. That's going up soon on Intelitech Mobile. I've got a couple drop tests, but I'm not sure if I'm going to publish those yet. That's for you guys to decide. And that is that. So, plenty of stuff going on Intelitech Mobile right now. And the main reason why I'm pumping up Intelitech Mobile, despite already having this channel, is because I'm obviously doing both channels at once. So, I'm trying to get Intelitech Mobile up and going so that way it can hopefully at some point get monetized. My goal is to get Intelitech Mobile monetized, meaning 1,000 subs and 4,000 total watch hours by the end of 2023. That's probably a tall order, but that's my goal. So if you like content regarding cell phones, regarding video games, all the stuff that my channel was originally dedicated to whenever I first started it back in 2015, then go subscribe to Intelitech Mobile. If you like the vacuum content, then you're already in the right place. No need to worry. So that is that. I'm just trying to branch out a little bit so that way I don't get burned out from doing the same thing over and over again, which is always good. So, and for those of you that have been supporting the new channel, and of course this one, thank you. I greatly appreciate it. Last I checked, I think are we at 10,400 yet? Let me check. Yes, 10,423. Nice. So we're almost at 10,500. So if we can get to 11,000 subscribers by the end of October, it's probably a tall order, but that would be pretty sick. In a good way, of course. All right, let's see. Let's see. Hi, this is Gabe. Hello, Gabe. Haha, I just got a new fire alarm. It's a Wheelock MT-24-MCW. Nice. I don't know what that means, but that's cool. I remember whenever I was a kid, here's a fun little story. When I was a kid, when I was maybe like 4, maybe like 3 or 4, maybe even 2. Well, I know I was old enough in order to be tall enough to reach the fire alarm. I think you know where this is going. I was in a hotel and I saw a fire alarm that I had never I've never seen before. And because I had never seen it before, I didn't know it was a fire alarm. It was red, it was curved, and it had a little piece of plastic in front of the lever so you didn't accidentally push it, I think. I'm pretty sure. So you had to actually snap that out of the way in order for the lever to be pulled. And I pulled it, and needless to say, the hotel staff was very unhappy with me and very unhappy with my dad, because I don't know if the whole hotel evacuated, I don't remember, but they were not happy. But I didn't understand what was going on. I was like, I don't know what that said. It didn't say anything on it. I was like, I don't know. I'm like, I'm sorry, I won't do it again, obviously. I didn't know that's what it did. I'm sorry. So, that was the only time I've ever pulled a fire alarm. And, yeah. Have you tried a Shark cordless sweeper? Yes, I actually had one a while ago. It was one of the last things that I was going to move out of my old house, and I was moving, and the people that moved in at the same time that we were moving out threw it away. So I didn't have the chance to keep it. And I haven't bothered to buy another one because I haven't really needed one. The Animal 2 Total Clean is back at $600. Well, that pisses me off because I was gonna buy one with my next paycheck. So yeah, because I saw that I didn't have enough money to get it because I don't even remember. I don't even know what I spent money on this check. Honestly. Like, all my money just disappears every time that I get paid. Because I know I bought the Mila, but I don't know what else I bought. I don't know. But yeah, I am still getting an Animal 2 Total Clean at some point. I guess I have to wait till they go back to 400 now. Damn, because I was really looking forward to getting one of those because I've been using the ball animal too. In fact, it's over here. I don't know if you can see it. My OBS just closed. Fredbear, stop saying that. I'm deleting your message for a reason. If you say that again, you will get banned. Alright. You say it one more time, you're getting timed out. But yeah, so I actually have it over here. Oh, did I just break it? I just heard a snap whenever I went to go grab it. But yeah, so I've been using this in the bedroom. You can tell it's full of junk. But yeah, so ever since I got this from back from Dyson after they fixed it, I've been using it, and it's working pretty good. So yeah, so it's literally been sitting over here just because I haven't actually put it in the closet yet. But yeah, it's kind of weird how I spent all that money on the Ball Animal 3, and yet I've been using the Animal 2 because I just find the Animal 2 just really, or the Animal 3 just, even with the gates open, just really sucks itself down to the floor. At least my carpet. And so as a result, it's hard to push. So I've been using the Animal 2 because the Animal 2 doesn't have that problem. It glides very nicely on the carpets, and it does really well. It cleans really well, and yeah, I do have to overlap my strokes because, of course, there's a spot where the belt is, but it's not the end of the world. So I've been using that, and I've been pretty happy with it so far. But I do want to get the Total Clean because while I do like this purple, it's very pretty, the purple. It's, you know, it'd be nice to have a blue one because blue is my favorite color. But yeah, so that's the Animal 2. So obviously Dyson fixed the wiring loom. I do still sometimes notice that whenever I go to pull it back, that sometimes the power head will take a sec to actually kick in. I'm not sure why that is. Sometimes I'll pull it back and I'll have to wait a second for the brush roller to kick on. Don't know why that is, but as of now, it's still working. And I know that, and this machine is still under warranty. It's under warranty until, let's see, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024. So it's still within warranty until like summer of 2024. So I'm basically just gonna keep using it, and if it has, if that problem starts to get worse, then of course I'll send it back in and get it fixed. Because not only is there a warranty still on the rest of the machine, which some people speculated that I wasn't going to get warranty coverage because I wasn't the original owner. Doesn't matter. I was able to transfer it just fine, and I was able to get it fixed under warranty, and so now it's been working really good. So I've been very happy with Dyson in general. Not sponsored, obviously. They didn't pay me for this. This wasn't even a free vacuum. I still had to pay for it. Just I didn't pay full retail. I paid with shipping. And buying it off Facebook Marketplace, I paid $50-$60 for it. And now that I sent it into Dyson, it has, well, not anymore because I've been using it, but they installed a brand new Cyclone assembly. I don't know why, the old one was fine. And they installed a new set of filters, which I did not expect them to do. I don't expect them to replace everybody's filters. I don't know why, because filters are wear items, but I'm not complaining, obviously. Yeah, so they changed the filters. Strangely enough, they didn't change the hose, even though the hose is a little, like, warped. Usually when the hose is, like, warped, they change it, because they changed it on the 41 when I sent it in. The 41 is a brand new hose. This one doesn't. But the only reason I haven't switched them is because this one's actually purple and gray and not red. So, but again, I'm not complaining. So, just seems weird they replaced the Cyclone but not the hose. But I did wash the hose because the hose smelled really bad. But I just washed it with some Persil and some degreaser, and after letting it dry, now that I've ran some of my own dust through it, it's fine. So, no complaints there. And the nice thing, there is one advantage to it being an old hose, and that's it's already stretched out. So, you know how when you get a new Dyson, the hoses are really stiff, and when you're trying to stretch it all the way out, it kind of tugs a little bit? This doesn't have that problem. So that's another reason why I've been using it, because the hose is a breeze to use. It doesn't have any problems with stretching out. It just works. And when I got it, it actually came with a full set of attachments. So I actually did sell the tangle-free turbine because I already have two of them. So I sold that whenever I sold the DC65. But I've got both the tools and the holder, so... And of course I've got all my extra tools as well. So I've been using it. Unfortunately, these screws are still stripped on the power head, so I can't remove the guard behind the brush roller. But, you know, so I probably should get the power head replaced, but I feel so bad because I've already asked for so much stuff from Dyson that I kind of feel bad about asking for more stuff. I mean, it's not my fault the screws are stripped out, but still, I just feel bad because I'm like, it is working, so I'll just use it until... So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to use it until it breaks, until the brush roll breaks, or if it doesn't break but it's like getting close, then before my warranty runs out, I'll get another one, so that way I have it for whenever it does break. And yeah, so that's that. Twisty, twisty, twisty. So yeah, that's been... it hasn't been my daily driver in like the last couple weeks, but ever since I got it back, it's been the one that I've used the most. Even though I'm not usually a fan of bagless, this actually doesn't have the flaw that the Total Clean had, where the Total Clean would... the Total Clean had an issue where the bin just would not connect properly. Like, the bin flap was really loose, and it kept having issues where dust was like getting past the seals somehow and making the actual vacuum all dirty. So at first I thought something just broke, so I had them replace it, and yeah, so I got a new bin and a new Cyclone just for good measure. So that's why my Total Clean now has a blue Cyclone, because I get any color, so I thought, oh, might as well get a blue one. I kind of wish I got a silver one instead, but what are you gonna do? But yeah, so that's that. So I'm using the Animal 2 right now. I might to go back to the total clean, but it doesn't really matter because they're the same machine. But yeah, that's that. Color. Whoa, what did I miss? Jesus. I was just ranting for a long time there. Wow, I missed a lot, didn't I? I was not looking at the chat. I'm selling Abyssal Powerlifter Swivel Pet. Are you interested? No, thank you. I've had several of them. I'm not a fan of them. I did just get a Clean View Swivel Pet, and Bissell's having me send it to them because it sounds like a lawnmower for some reason. And they're actually having me send it to them for them to fix it. I guess they don't just replace machines anymore. I don't know. What happened to the Kenmore you showed a few years ago, the upright one? Can you be more specific? Do you mean the progressive direct drive IntelliClean? That I sold, unfortunately, although I wish I kept it. One of my aunts has one, and has had one for quite a few years. I asked her if she was getting rid of it, but she is, but she's giving it to like, you know, her son, one of my cousins. Yeah. Florida had a hurricane. I'm very much aware. I have several friends and family members that live in South Florida, so I'm very well aware of the hurricane. Thankfully, they're all fine. Everyone survived. Everyone that I know survived. Obviously, not everyone in the hurricane survived, unfortunately, but all my family members are thankfully doing okay. My friends and family members are doing okay. So. Lawnmower, yeah. Status on Ruby, she still exists. She's still very fat. Ruby. Ruby. Come here. You're not in trouble. Hi, boobs. Hi, boobs. Hi, boobs. Hi, boobs. Move this mic out of the way. Hi, Ruby. Your tail is hitting my leg. Hi, boobs. How are you doing? Are you doing good? Ma'am, come here. Ruby, what are your thoughts on bacon? Yeah? What are your thoughts on chicken? Okay, she's not interested. Yeah? Yeah? This room is not very big. Oh, I have some clothes I need to put away. You can probably see that off camera. stare at me this whole time? Come up here. What? Oh, there she goes. She's like, I'm done. She's like, I'm done. I don't need anything. Oh. She coming back? She coming back? Are you coming back? No? Oh, I think she wants to go OUT. Do you still have kittens? I actually found homes for all the kittens, and they all went to friends and family members. So my friend Kelsey took 2 of them, and then my mother-in-law took 1, and then my aunt-in-law, her sister, took another 1. So all 4 have been accounted for. So yeah, so Kelsey took Bean and Taco, and the aunt took Vanessa, and mom took Adonis. Or my mother-in-law took Adonis. Of course, they've all renamed them. But I don't know why I'm saying the names as if you guys knew who was who, but yeah. Because there was... I'm trying to remember. Was there 2 girls, or were they 3 boys and 1 girl? I honestly can't remember. I know there was 1 girl. No, it was 1 girl and 3 boys, I think. I could be wrong. One of them was kind of hard to tell. Because when they're that small, it's hard to tell. It's not like it really matters. I mean, it does to some people, because some people are really picky about what they want, which makes sense. You know, like if you have a male cat, it's not a good idea to have another male cat in the house. Theoretically, because if they're not fixed, they can spray, and they do. If they're not fixed, they will spray if there's 2 intact males in the house. Speaking from experience. And if there's 4 or 5, your whole house is going to smell like piss. Speaking from experience. And not even piss, like it's because there's a lot more in cat pee, and especially in cat spray, there's a lot more ammonia in it, so you can smell it, and it's bad. It's bad. Isn't that right, Rubes? It's bad. Look at this little fatso. Can you see her? Ruby, what are you doing? You just chilling? You just chilling? She's living her best life. Isn't she? Yeah, you doing this, Blue? She's not here. She's just chilling on the floor. All right. Sold any vacuums? Actually sold quite a few. I've been doing pretty good as of late. Knock on wood. That's not wood. This is probably fake wood, but let's knock on that. I've sold a good amount. I've sold. Oh God! I sold the Clean V2. I sold both of the Power Force Y tracks. I sold the Power Groom. I sold the Power Express. What was the most recent one I sold? I sold the. Wow. Actually, is that it? That actually might be it. That's probably like 5 or 6 though. And oh yeah, I sold the DC65. Yeah. So sold all those. Not too terrible. Ruby the sausage. Yes, she's a good sausage, isn't she? Yes. You a good sausage? Are you a good sausage? Yes, you are. Anyways. What? Did you hear that pitter patter? I think she wants to go OUT. Alright, I'm going to catch up on these comments real quick, and then I'm going to go let her out. Let her and Cooper out, because they probably need to go. Let's see. Chance, what was the loudest vacuum cleaner you ever used? just any Bissell with a shop motor, just any vacuum with like completely dry bearings. They're really loud. So like that one air steerable was really bad. That one Clean View was really bad. The Power Groom when I first got it was really bad. You get the idea. As far as vacuums that aren't broken that are really loud, the Stratos is really loud. That's part of the reason why I don't like using it. Because it's really fucking loud for no reason. The Apex was nice and quiet. So, yeah. But, yeah, I mean, just any direct air Elite is pretty loud. My convertible Elite, ironically, my Elite in the best condition, which is the convertible Elite, it still looks brand new. No scratches on it. The fan housing and the fan itself are torn to shit. So the thing vibrates and is really loud. I need to replace the fan impeller and the fan housing in it because it's so chewed up on the inside because someone clearly sucked up something really bad that it just creates so much turbulence that it's just loud and it's really bad. It's so bad that it's made me consider selling the convertible Elite, but I really don't want to. I really just want to replace the fan and the fan chamber and, you know, have that be it. The Bravos are really loud. The Bravos are always loud. The, what else? The DC-18, even though I really like it, it has a really high-pitched whine to it. And that like a lot of older Dysons, the 07 and the 18 mainly have like high-pitched whines to them. The 14 sounds really quiet for some reason to me. And the 25 isn't too bad. The 41 and afterwards is perfect. I don't have any issues with the sounds of those. That's why I can daily an Animal too, because it sounds fine. You know, even this one that's a couple years old, it still sounds fine. So they fixed that issue. Off the top of my head, I can't think of too many others. Of course, a lot of Dirt Devils, like the Breezes. Oh, I finally sold the bagged Dirt Devil Breeze. I've been trying to sell that thing for 2 years. I finally sold the bagged Breeze. And I might sell the bagless one too, because they just don't work on my carpet. I might still keep it because I'll probably get lower pile carpet installed upstairs whenever I replace that grungy carpet up there. But I don't know. I might change my mind on that if someone really wants it, because my Breeze is in beautiful condition. So if somebody really wants it and they want to pay a couple bucks for it, then I'll easily let it go. But yeah, what kind of vacuums do you have in the past? For some reason, I don't know. I don't really know how to answer that question. But because I've had all sorts of vacuums. Why does everyone hate Dirt Devil? Because Dirt Devil's shit. There's your answer. Yeah, that's it. GTA and Call of Duty. Yeah, I've been playing those recently. I finally got Xbox Live again. I literally got Xbox Game Pass specifically because it includes Xbox Live Gold, and apparently they took that away. So apparently now, when you buy Game Pass, it doesn't come with Gold. So you can pay a subscription service to access a game, but you still can't play it online unless you also pay for Xbox Live. It's so stupid. What's the worst vacuum you've ever used? There's so many that are bad. Do you still have the V8 Dyson? I've never had a V8 Dyson. I had a V7. I think I might have called it a V8 at some point. I think that's what you're referring to. I gave that to my dad because he was upset that I sold that DC-14 a few years ago. So I gave him that, so that way he had a Dyson. But now he's wanting an upright too, so... Or at least I think. He kind of goes back and forth on it between not caring and wanting another Dyson. Wanting an upright Dyson. So, I don't know. I gave him a new Power Force. So he has a brand new Power Force and he has a $200 Dyson stick vac. So, which I think he's fine with. I do need to... I'm trying to think if that Power Force has attachments on it. I don't know. Because I think I took the attachments for another vacuum I was selling. I did grab another Power Force, by the way. I found one off the side of the road and it was just clogged. It works. I know, big shocker, right? Let's see. Yeah, TTI sucks. Yeah, if someone with Hoover in their name is saying TTI sucks, then that really says something. Because Dyson, I don't know why people give Dyson so much shit. Yes, the vacuums are designed to flex and all that, and people feel like that means they're built like shit, but it I've never had a problem with Dyson. The only time that I had a problem with Dyson was the weird confusing shit with the 41's warranty, and they fixed it. So like they fixed it twice. So it's like, you know, can you really get mad at them for that? Shark, you know, to be fair, Shark is getting better. Like the two brands that people say are the worst, Dyson and Shark, they're getting better at their warranty. Cuz Shark, when the power head died on the Navigator Liftaway Professional that I'm fixing for a customer, I called them up and they first were like, "Oh, it's $80 for power head." And I was like, "I don't have that," because I really didn't. Like, you know, I wasn't planning on spending the money on a power head, and so I didn't budget it. You know, all that money that I made from both repairs went, you know, right into the gas tank and all that. Actually, no, now that I think about it, I hadn't put that in my account yet, so it was still in my wallet. So I was like, "Well, I don't have that much in my bank account." And they said, "Okay, well, we can do like $34." And I'm like, "I only have 33." And they're like, "Okay, we'll just charge you for shipping. It's $11." And I'm like, "Okay." So, new power head coming, it ended up only costing me $11. At least that's what they took. That's what they charged my card. So, unless they're gonna try to charge me later, which I doubt they do. So, just realistically. So I'm like, why even charge me at that point? It's $11. Like I would rather them do that than charge me 80, which they try to do at first. But see, that's the thing. If Shark tries to upsell you on that, just tell them to just tell them you can't afford it, because if you just spent $500 on a vacuum, or 300 or whatever, that Shark's 300 right now. If you just spent $300 on a vacuum and it's only a couple months old, you're not going to call the company expecting to have to pay another $100 to fix it. That's just logic. And it's funny because the rep slipped up at first, which I understand, because I was like, wait, so the motor, because obviously the motor and the power head had gone out, because the brush was stopping and it was flashing a red light, and I was like, so you're telling me that the warranty only covers the motor? She's like, yes. And I'm like, but the motor in the brush roll is bad. And she's like, yes. And I'm like, so isn't that the motor? I mean, I obviously know the difference. And she's like, yeah, no. She was very helpful. I really appreciate it. And I told her, I was like, I'm not mad at you or anything. I'm just, you know, this doesn't make any sense to me. Like, why would you sell a vacuum that's advertised? Because I still am giving Shark shit for this, because they still have not fixed it. You cannot advertise on a machine that it has a 5-year VIP service warranty where quote, if anything goes wrong, I'll fix it or replace it, even pay for the shipping both ways. That's what Mark Rosenzweig, or whatever his name is, says on the infomercials for these machines. You can't say that, and then once the person calls for the same model vacuum, say, no, it's actually a limited warranty. You can't have different warranties depending on where the person bought it. That's because you're going to advertise that to people, and then they're going to think that they get that when they buy a Shark, because the number's the same. They're not going to, thank you. They're not going to think that they're not going to realize that it says limited. And by limited, they mean, limited to only, you know, every part except for the most expensive part. Or maybe that's not right, because I think the power head and the motor assembly are the same price. It depends on the unit, I think. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong about that. Do even some people like the Stratos? I think Dylan likes it. Because I know he loves the Vertex. Because I talked to Dylan a few times about it whenever he's not busy. And he's like, oh my gosh, I love the Vertex. Yeah, you know, it's so much better than the Apex. And, you know, it's so much lighter, it's easier to use, it cleans better. And I'm like, fair enough. And I'm pretty sure Did he get a Stratos? He did get a Stratos. Okay, yeah, I'm right. I'm thinking of this. He did get the Stratos. So, yeah, I forgot to close that. Thank you. And so, I assume he's using the Stratos now. I was using the Animal 3, but now I'm using the now old, quote-unquote old Animal 2. So, alright, I gotta go. Have a good night. You too. Take care. Bye. Yes. Hoovers after early 2007 ain't real Hoovers. Is that when TTI bought them? I thought they bought them in like 2010. I think I always get that wrong. Don't I say that every time we talk about TTI? I'm like, I thought it was 2011. It's been 2007, right? Because for some reason I keep thinking that Maytag only owed them in the early 2000s, but Maytag owned them throughout the 90s, right? It doesn't matter. Whatever. I'm never gonna get that right. How many times did Dyson suffer from motor issues? I've heard that it's a big problem with the multi-floor 2 and the newer Kinetics, which, by the way, I just looked on Dyson's website, or I looked at them like a couple weeks ago. The Kinetic is finally gone. Yeah. At least last I checked, like, it's not even like showing out of stock. It's just it's disappeared. So apparently those of you that were hypothesizing that the Kinetic is finally going to be discontinued now that power head has been replaced with the Animal 3's power head would be correct. The Kinetic Big Ball Animal Plus Allergy, which has been on the market for 7 years, is finally dead. It's dead. It's gone. So you cannot, to my knowledge at this point, buy one direct from Dyson. And I'm learning my lesson this time. I'm putting it on the page that I'm showing before I what? They have the... Oh, that's so cool. They've got the hairdryer in like a blue and rose gold. That is so cute. I love that. Okay, let me... Yeah, look at this. Okay, that's the hair straightener, but obviously I don't need the hair straightener. My hair is not that long. But look, they've got the hair. That's so cool. I really want one now. That blue with the rose gold, that's very pretty. Oh, how much is it? Yeah, I know. It's just marketing crap. You shouldn't buy something for $4.29. Actually, that's not... I honestly thought it was going to be more than that. Honestly. Special gift edition. Ooh. Oh, I get it, because it's getting close to the holidays. Oh, that's so cute. I want that. Because my actual... And I'm not... Like, my actual hairdryer has been, like, dying for a while. It's been not doing hot. Actually, it's been way too hot. That's actually the problem. But yeah, so if you look on the website now, if we... yeah, so if we look, we've got... Oh, you're right, it is back up to 600. Oh, and the Animal 2 is back up to 500. No, Dyson, why would you do that? The fuck is that? Why, Dyson? What are you guys doing? Why are you charging more for the old vacuums than for the new ones? That makes no sense. Why would you buy an Animal 2 for 500 when you can get an Animal 3 extra for the same price? And the new one is the new vacuum and comes with an extra tool. Or save $100, still get some free tools, not the tangle-free turbine, but still get some free tools and save $100. Why wouldn't you get the Complete that has the same attachments and is $50 cheaper than the old 2 Total Clean? This makes no sense. See, when the Animal 2 Total Clean was $400 and the Animal 2 was $300, that makes perfect sense. Then you've got the multi-floor Origin for 200. That makes sense. You got one for 200, one for 300, one for 400, and then at 400 you can either get the last gen machine with all the attachments or the new machine. And then it goes up from there. That's the way to do it. Have one in every price point. But I don't know why. I don't know what they're thinking. But that wasn't my point in coming here. You see where it says all upright vacuum cleaners? You've got Animal 3 or Animal 2. That's it. No kinetic. Obviously Multi-Floor 2's been gone for a while now, but that's fine. I already have one. But yeah, so no more kinetic. You've only got Animal 2 and Animal 3. Those are your two options. Or if you shop in other places, you can find an Animal 1, usually under Origin or Total Clean or something else like that. So you can still get the UP13, you can still get the UP20, you can get the UP30. So you can get any of the modern mid-sized Dysons. You can't get anything compact, and you can't get anything kinetic extra large. You can't get anything big ball. Nothing like that anymore. So that's all there is to it. So it is finally done. So where? Okay, there it is. So apparently my stream quality is going down the toilet for some reason. My stream status is poor. I don't know why. Why is my stream status poor? It looks fine on my end. Whatever. Dyson being Dyson. This is so expensive. Yep. I'm talking about the older Eurekas, bro. LMAO. What? I don't know why Dyson would charge $500. Yeah, I don't know either for the old machine. You can only get Dyson in medium size, no small nor large. I think those models failed. Well, yeah, apparently the Multi-Floor 2 had reliability issues, and apparently the kinetics, from what I've heard, have low quality motors in them, which is probably the reason why that the kinetics failed. And I'm not saying that as a way of saying kinetic technology is perfect. I still think having no motor filter before the motor is a stupid idea. What I would have wanted to see is a kinetic, but still with a pre-motor filter, so that way you basically just never have to clean the filter, but it's still there just in case something happens. I'd appreciate that, just as like an insurance policy, effectively. So then, you just have to change the filter like every, wash the filter like every 5 years or whatever, instead of, every month. Although, to be fair, all my new Dysons, my Animal 3, my Animal 2, my Total Clean, I've never had to wash the filters in any of them yet, because they haven't been dirty. Chat's pretty dead tonight. To be fair, it is a Tuesday. Most people aren't gonna be on a Tuesday. No big deal. Gary, come home. Free bags for life. Haha, no. Yeah, it's... Am I gonna get copyrighted if I play the Gary theme? So I wonder if we can, react to it. Let's see. Gary vacuum. Let's see if we can't do this. Alright. Let's go back. Let's pop out the chat. Whoa, that's not what I wanted to do. Gary Ultralight. Let's stick this over here. Alright, so... Oh, this one's only 2 minutes. This one's 4 minutes. That's obviously Grayson's video, which is excellent. Go watch that. Another Grayson video. Are these all 2 minutes? or 1 minute. Did they not? I thought they made like an actual infomercial. Okay, well, let's just do the four. The company doesn't exist anymore, so it wouldn't matter. I mean in terms of like if they use music or something that's like copyrighted.
Do you want to get your floors...
Oh, why is the audio quality such shit? Oh. Oh, is there a better... Is there a better one? The Gary vacuum cleaner.
Bob the Answer Man here. The people at Gary claim that their vacuum can cut your cleaning time in half. So we're going to put...
Doesn't every single vacuum that's ever came out and had an infomercial say that it will cut your cleaning time in half? Where do they get that number from? Because I know I've heard that on a Shark commercial. I've heard it on Shark. I might have heard it on an Orac. I don't know. I don't think Dyson's ever said that, but like every single commercial, it's like, we'll cut your cleaning time in half. They never say, oh, we'll cut your cleaning time by 2/3, or we'll keep... I think they do that because that reminds me of like how, like when McDonald's had the Quarter Pounder burger, and then there was a competing restaurant, I forgot who it was, it might have been like Wendy's or something, that came with a third pound, or with a third pound burger, and people kept getting the Quarter Pounder because they thought it was bigger, even though it wasn't. Like, is that just like a way of like saying that the American public is stupid? So let's just say half because people understand half more than they understand numbers. I have a feeling that's it. Is my face cam not on? Yes, it is. Okay, good. So, okay. Yeah, so that's that. Oh, and I think I have this correct where you can see it. Yeah. I have Eureka Airspeed Zoom when the motor does turn on, but the switch is not working. They tend to die on those, don't they? The switches are built really poorly. The first time I looked at my Airspeed, and I saw how thin the switch was and how it sticks out on like a really thin piece of plastic, I was like, this is gonna break. I know it is. And that's part of the reason why I haven't sold it, because it's not that I don't like it. Like, I like it. It's just I know I'm never gonna use it. But like, I don't want to sell it really, because it's like, I know that if I sell to a customer, they're going to break that switch. And I know that I can't replace it. So, yeah, that's why I've just kept the Airspeed, even though I would rather use the Lightspeed if I'm going to use a bagless Eureka that doesn't have a brush roll shut off. So, yeah.
That claim to the test. We're going to put the Gary against some of the big boys, the Oric XL Gold and the Dyson, to see who can...
Is this literally just a screen capture of a video player on another website? It is. It just says Bob. Okay, but apparently it's Bob the Answer Man. Even though I've never heard of this guy, I feel like I've heard of this guy. Does that make sense? Like, he seems familiar.
Really clean the fastest.
Also, isn't this supposed to be... This is from 2012. So you've got an XO Gold, which I believe at the time was the current one, and then you've got an old Dyson DC-15. I feel like they went out of their way to use like an old DC-15 because they want you to think that in order to have good onboard tools, that the machine has to be really heavy. Because if they compared this to like a DC-24 or 25, which I'm pretty sure was out at the time. Because if this was 2012, the 41 would have been right around the corner. Actually, the 41 would have already been out. And the DC-25 and 24 would have been out for a few years. So I don't know what the deal
Dyson,
is.
to see who can really clean the fastest. We've come up with 5 challenges using different cleaning problems that are often found around the house.
Okay, lifting the vacuum with your pinky is not a cleaning problem, first off. I've never been cleaning my house and thought, oh my god, I've got to clean. Help me clean. This hurts. Oh god, this fucking hurts. Help me clean. I need to lift it with my pinky. I've never done that in my life. That actually hurt really bad. So what a surprise, my pinky can't lift 17 pounds. My whole body can barely lift 17 pounds. What the hell am I talking about? I was using the Bissell Cleanview swivel, and like the squeegee was like dragging on my carpet, and just the process of me pushing it forward was making my shoulder pop out of place. I'm so weak and feeble. Anyways, the Bob, yes. Yeah, they shut down many years ago. I want a Gary. I really want a Gary. It's so bad that it's good. I saw the infomercial back when it was relevant, and I wanted one. I was like, oh my gosh, that's the biggest thing that I've not liked about my Oryx, because at the time I was like, I love my grandma's Oryx, but I was like, I want it to have attachments so I can use it more. That would have been perfect. So legitimately, it's a good idea. I still want a Gary for that reason, because nobody else has done that. I don't know if like Oryx sued them, or if it was just because they got sued for the stupid bags for life thing. Like, if they didn't do that stupid like free bags for life thing, I wonder if this would have done better. Because any like progress that this would have, I mean, sure, I know some people say that it's built like shit, but it's like, if it was reasonably priced and built like shit. Actually, I don't know how much they were charging. I'm sure they'll say in this ad. Garrick is basically an Orc with attachments. That's what I just said, yeah. So, yeah, my aunt bought an NV752 after they got a new carpet because the installer said not to use Dyson, but the shark still might not be good for the carpet. I remember seeing carpet fluff on the bristles. No, an NV752 was even worse than a Dyson. Those literally tear up your carpet. Like, actually, people say like, oh, Bissell's or Dyson's tear up your carpet. No, the Shark NV752 is the only vacuum I've seen where it literally tears up your carpet.
Carl's got the stopwatch and clipboard to keep track. Okay.
Again, pinky lift is not... see, that's why they picked the 15. That's why they picked the 15, because you can't lift with your pinky. Oh, I also noticed that they have... I don't know if this was intentional, but like they've got the two women on the two like 8-pound vacuums, and they've got the man who's ironically shorter. I don't know why I'm saying that like it's a bad thing. Who's shorter? Why do I keep saying that? They got the man using the Dyson as if like only men can use the Dyson. I don't know if that was intentional.
The first
or not.
challenge.
I just noticed that.
Ready, set, pick up your vacuum with your left pinky finger.
Ooh,
Again, that's a stupid...
it's awfully light.
Do you notice they also have the one girl with the Gary holding it higher than the... First off, that's racist. You've got the white girl holding the vacuum more easily than the... I don't know what I'm saying.
Gary weighs in at less than either of the other vacs. It's
Oh, look at... They're combining the hand vac with the
ultra
Oryx.
lightweight design.
That's sketchy as fuck. I mean, they do say that it's with the hand vac. It's not like they hide it, but... And, of course, 20 pounds, because, again, they're using the 15, not the 25. The 25 would be, like, what, 15? 15 pounds?
9 pounds, less than half the weight of the Dyson. That makes...
Because, really, if it showed the DC-25 as being the same weight as the Oryx with the hand vac, it would be like, okay, you're getting extra weight to have it both be in one unit. And then, bam, adds over. You don't need a Gary, just get a DC-25. And then, for whenever you need to get under furniture, get the flat-out tool. Boom, problem solved.
Gary, the easiest for going up and down the stairs and all around the house. And that means faster
That hose looks, like, so stupid, just with it sitting out there. But hey, at least you don't have to, like, attach it.
cleaning.
Score 1 for the Gary.
Our second
Does the Gary even have a 2-speed motor for bare floors? I don't know if it
challenge,
does or not.
maneuverability.
I assume it does, right?
Let's find out how low you can go. The Dyson Super
See, again, they picked the 15 because it can't get under there.
High Profile doesn't allow it to get under or around the sofa. You actually
Okay, first off, whose sofa is that high off the ground? Like, this is a genuine question, because I've never seen a couch in my life that was actually high up enough off the ground that an Oryx can actually get underneath it. A Shark Duo Clean with the canister off sometimes can. Like, it can almost fit underneath my couch. So if it was like an inch taller, then you're good. But a Dyson wand with a flat-out tool on the end. I don't know why I'm keep referencing Dyson. Or a canister could just get right underneath there with no troubles. So, yeah. It's only 9 pounds without attachments and the hose removed, of course. I think with that it's probably like 11. 2 bagged, 1 bagless. Oh wow, I hit the desk and it was making a noise. But yeah, so bags for life, a true scam. Well, we haven't got to that part yet. In all fairness, I remember seeing your NV752 review. After seeing that video, I felt bad for my aunt because their carpet's being shredded every time they vacuum. Yeah, speaking of ants, my aunt who gave me that blue Eureka Airspeed, she bought a Shark rotator ADV, like the one that the exact one that Alex reviewed. That was a piece of crap. It's basically like a Stratos or a Vertex, but like in the form of like a boxy rotator liftaway, but not powered. So yeah. And Teletech, it's been 2 years. I'm back. It's good to have you back, but I don't remember you, honestly. But still, I appreciate it. I love your videos. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm tapping my foot and something's clicking on my desk. Whatever. I don't know what's clicking. Whatever. So, scammer commercials. It's not a scam. It's just a piece of crap. I believe Dyson is still selling a canister. Oh, let's see. Because I did see one. Just one. But I think it was out of stock. But they do still advertise it. No, not advertise, but it's still buried on the website. Yeah, the Dyson Big Ball canister. So they still sell the kinetic canister. Oh, it is? Okay, in stock in 6 days. That's not bad. But it has the really stupid, like, turbo brush. I don't know why you'd want that. I don't know why they got rid of the motorized... The motorized power brush. That's really weird. In my opinion, the best canisters they made were in the 20s. Like, the 21, the 22, and the 23, those were their best canisters. In my opinion. But to be fair, I haven't used them all that much. I do want to get one of those and add them to the collection, as well as a DC-11. Just as that dual canisters really fun.
You have to move the sofa to get under there. That will slow you down.
Yeah.
And the Oryx.
Oh, did you notice they were playing the Oryx sound effect when they had the Dyson on screen? Also, you can take off the wand. Like, all that surface level debris, you can take off the wand and just suck all that stuff up. Like, I know it's supposed to represent, like, pet hair and shit, but it's not.
There's that snowplow thing again.
Oh, so it's showing that it's...
Gary's under the sofa, and it's getting it all in just one pass. How much time did it take, Carl?
That's 10 seconds for the Gary, lots more for the Oryx and Dyson.
Well, moving right along, it's time for challenge number 3. See?
Wait, so is this a guy that they just, like, hired to, like, pretend that he's, like, a consumer product expert and just advertise the Gary? I feel like that is. DC-11 I want. No, yeah, I want it too. Yeah. The Oryx is so, like, that Oryx is so iconic that I'm literally hearing it still, even though the video is paused. It's, like, infected my... It's like a form of tinnitus, which I do have tinnitus or tinnitus. Only instead of the normal ringing, it's the ringing of the motor of an Oryx in the back of my ears. That's what it sounds like. Wow. So that's nightmare fuel.
This cereal box?
DC-26 is tiny. Yeah, I want that one too. That one's really cute.
You know where they are.
Dollar store David Oryx. Yes. Fucking Dollar Tree David Oryx. That's so... Oh, that... I knew there was something about it. But that's what it is.
A huge disadvantage here. There's no attachments. So Katie is wasting time searching for them.
Why would you get the attachments just to pick up some Cheerios? Like, why aren't they showing, like, pet hair or something, like, realistic?
Hand vac.
I think they do it just because
Dyson,
it shows up on video.
Well, Ryan is having trouble just putting it together. But with the...
Did you see how much he was struggling with that? Sure, you're gonna struggle if you stop in the middle. Like, here. Oh my god. Look, I'm struggling putting the Dyson together. Oh wait, no. Oh, okay, no, more. Oh, okay. Oh, no, it won't go any further. Oh, no, okay, nope. Oh, too much. Okay, wait, no, just go this way. Nope, okay. It goes this way. Oh, too far. There we go. Okay, now this. Oh no, I dropped it. Oops, I dropped it. Now we gotta take this. It's not, it won't fit. What the fuck? Oh, now it goes this way. Oh, nope, it didn't go on right. Oh, how do I unlock it? Oh, there's a button. Okay, now this. Okay, I want my brush. Oh no, my brush fell off. Oops. Okay. Nope. 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 There we go. Oh my god. That was so difficult. That took so long. If only there was a Dollar Tree David Ork who could help me fix my problems. Anyways. Oh no, now I gotta put it back together. Oh no. Oh no. I've got all these pieces. In all seriousness, just put that down. Flip that down. Assuming that you didn't mess this up, just put that back on. Just press the button. Click it back on. And click it on the side. There we go. Probably should have put it on the full screen for that. So you could actually see me do all that. But whatever. I'm not going to do that again. But homeless David Ork. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, that's... If I was British, I'd be a dollar store James Dyson. Yeah. Anyway. Excuse me. Plus, it'd be easier for the vacuum to pick up. The Gary will struggle with pet hair for being a direct air and hose mode. That too. You might as well just use an Elite. Cause yeah, do you want a direct air machine with tools? Yeah. Go to your local thrift store, buy an Elite for $8, and there you go. You've got an Ork with tools. There you go. It'll work way better than that Gary will. It'll last longer, and finding parts is just as difficult. And it will be a better vacuum. It'll be louder, but it'll be a better vacuum. And it would do worse on bare floors. But yeah. It'd be louder and it'd be worse on bare floors, but it would be a lot cheaper and a lot easier to get stuff for.
Onboard tools in Gary's back pocket, cleaning this mess is a breeze. Sandra's done in just a few seconds. Carl?
It's a huge win in this event, and the Gary continues to pad its lead.
Our fourth challenge shows who really has the edge. The Ork leaves a long...
Who has the edge? Get it? Who has the edge? Also, didn't Ork release a vacuum called the Edge with tools? Yeah, they did. I want to get one. Be better than this thing.
Confetti trail. And while the Dyson does a better job, it still misses the mark.
It
Gary
missed
edges out the
one. It
competition
missed
with its
one. And
superior
he's like, it
suction
misses
power,
the mark. It
saving
missed
even more
one.
time. Carl?
It missed
how's it
one
looking?
piece of
Well,
glitter.
Bob, the Ork
That's
has a
it.
ways to go, but let's call it a tie between Gary and the Dyson.
That's right, Carl. And now for the final challenge.
You just got to give something
Plain
to the
and
Dyson.
simple, picking up everything in sight. Gary, the no backtrack vac, crosses the finish line first, while the other...
Again, like you can see, they were deliberately taking smaller swipes with the other two vacuums. They didn't just go forward and go back. Because if you just went forward and back, all three of them would have done it. Because guess what? Picking up debris on carpets is not hard for any vacuum. Unless it's literally clogged and broken. Or you forgot to turn it on. That is not... This is why I don't put much stock in my pickup tests. Or pickup test that I do on all my vacuums. Because every vacuum does fine on the pickup test. It's how they work in the real world. Picking up the embedded sand, the embedded fine dust, the embedded dog hair. That's what actually does it. That's why the Shark Stratos is so well reviewed from people who think it cleans well on carpets when it doesn't, because they're doing pickup tests and they're like, oh my god, it did so well. Yeah, but it cleans like shit on your actual carpets, at least in my experience. And I got a brand new one, so I have a hard time believing that it's the same. Maybe it just doesn't like my carpet, but regardless, you know, $500, that's not great. Anyways, yeah, and the Sharks do really bad at edge cleaning. But edge cleaning doesn't really bother me too much. My first Dyson is a DC07, which we still have, but it's in rough shape. It's been sitting in my basement for a while and hardly used because of its current condition. Oh, I'm an idiot. They do that. The model is U Pro 12T. Just buy a Hoover Turbo Power 4500 with soft guard. It's a more virtually indestructible vacuum and has more airflow power at the hose and carpet vacuuming power than a Gary. Yeah, if you can find one. Exactly. That's like what I was saying. Just get an Elite. People act like if there's dirt in the bin that it's picking up everything. Yeah, and that's just not true. You have a Dyson Ball Animal 3, right? Yes, I do. It's upstairs right now. This is the Animal 2 right here. This is what I've been using, is the 2. Mainly just because the 2 is a bit easier to use than 3, at least on my carpets. What is the worst washer and dryer? The broken set that I have sitting in the basement.
Others, well, are left in the dust. What's the bottom line, Carl?
Well, if we
Get it? They're left in the dust. Get it? In the dust? They're left in the dust. Do you understand? Buy it. Anyways.
total up the time it took each vacuum to do all of the challenges, the Gary did it in half the time.
Half?
That's where they get that stupid crap from. It doesn't... Wait, how do these tests even equate to the amount of time? Like, if anything, you should say it does it in twice as much time. Because the Orc failed all those tests. So aren't you technically saying that a Gary is 5 times better than an Orc because it passed 5 tests? And it's 4 times better than a Dyson? I don't know.
The time. It's official. I declare Gary the Ultralight to be the winner of the cleanup showdown and...
You declare, you supreme being declares that the Gary Ultralight is the winner of the 2020 presidential election. You declare it. The Gary wins.
officially ultra fast.
I smell bullshit. Our Auric XL is good on thick carpet. It depends on the thick carpet. I never liked this question about does this work on thick carpet, because there's no way to answer that, because there's multiple types of thick carpet. I don't know how many times people tell me, oh, Dysons are bad because Dysons don't work on thick carpet. And I'm like, I've used these new Dysons on several different types of thick carpet. The thick carpet in my house, the thick carpet in my old house, and the thick carpet in my dad's house. And it does fine on all of them. But so many people say it does bad on thick carpets. The real reason is because it's not the pile of the carpet that matters. It's the backing that matters. If you have a porous backing, like every carpet that I've ever tested this Dyson on, it works fine because it's able to suck air through the backing. Whereas if you have a rubber back and you're trying to use something like a Dyson or a Shark without any suction adjustment, which the Dysons don't even have. I mean, the Animal 3s do, but you know what I mean. The rubber back is a solid surface. It's just going to clamp itself down to the carpet and you're not going to be able to push it. So that's what that means, is when people ask, does it work on thick carpet? The question is, does it work on rubber-backed carpet versus porous-backed carpet? Many vacuums will not work on rubber-backed carpet. So if you're worried about your vacuum being able to run on your carpets, then don't get a rubber-backed carpet or rug. That's just the truth. Or get a specific vacuum that does do good on rubber-backed carpet. Like, if you want a Dyson, pick up the Animal 3. Don't pick up anything else. If you want a Shark, get, well, really any of them, because they have the suction control sliders. But honestly, get an NV352, unless it's a low pile carpet, then you can get away with a Stratos or something. But it's kind of overkill. So, and that's the reason why a lot of people choose Sharks, because a lot of people have a few area rugs in their home, and they're all rubber backed. So a Bissell's just going to suck it up. A Dyson's just going to clamp down to it, again, before the Animal 3 came out. And most people don't even know the Animal 3 exists, because they think it's just all the same, because the damn thing still looks like a 41. So that's that. Handy Andy. Latex-backed rugs suck. Even wool. Hey, Chance, glad I could catch the stream. Hey, Handy Andy. good to see you. It's been a hot minute. I feel bad about not being able to see you when I was in Kansas City, but it was just that was a whole like separate shit show that I don't want to get into. But next time I'm there, we'll hang out. But yeah, still, it was really cool. And also, Andy, I did finally, those filters you gave me like several months ago, I finally used those on the power groom that I just sold, so that was really cool. Thank you again for all that stuff and for the Zing. So what I've been doing with the Zing is I've been using it for like my stairs mainly, and then I've been using my Mighty Mite for everything else. I need to get some HEPA bags for my Mighty Mite, but the Mighty Mite I've been using as my bench vac because the Zing is so nice that I don't really want to use it as a bench vac. I'll eventually get the Simplicity variant. I just realized I haven't reviewed the Zing or the Mighty Mite yet. Which one should I review first? I'll eventually review both, and I'll do a video comparing the two. But let's do it. Let's do a poll right here in the comments, or in the stream. Do you want to vote for Zing or do you want to vote for Mighty Mite? Who gets reviewed first? But yes, good to see you, Andy. Thanks for popping in. I appreciate it. I hope you're doing well, man. I know you've been busy as of late. Mighty Mite, yeah. I had a feeling Rick Hoover was going to say Mighty Mite. Zing bags are pricey. I think that's Simplicity Type Z. I thought it was Type J. I could be wrong. I'll have to look. I still have the bag that's in it, so I'll have to look and see how much they are. Do you know Parwa786? I do. I actually do. I'm friends with them on Facebook. But yeah, I talk to Lo a lot. I don't know if he wants his name out there, but I do talk to Parwaz a lot. And yeah, he's really cool. I know whenever the Animal 3 was first coming out, he actually like told me about it before anyone else had really heard of it. Because he was like, ooh, I saw this picture leaked. Does that mean that you guys are getting a new upright? And I was like, mm-hmm. And then like 2 days later, Dylan uploads his video on the Animal 3 Extra. And I'm like, what? and I'm like, shit, it did come out. And then, of course, I had to wait to get mine because I don't have infinite money. But yeah, because as of now, YouTube is my only job. So I don't have disposable income. But the fact that I even am able to live off this alone is thanks to you guys, so I appreciate it. I have experience with Kenmore washers and dryers because they're great machines. The Mighty Mite is the exact model of the Bissell little green canister. What? Where's your Kenmore old school machines? All of my Kenmores are upstairs right now, but my... You mean like the Power Path and stuff? Yeah, those are all upstairs. The Panasonic ones? Yeah. I don't have the IntelliClean anymore. I already talked about that earlier in the stream. But I wish I did, but I don't. Bye-bye. Gotta go. See you later. Alright. Let's see. I was talking to Kellen. Power Path. Yes. You're right, Chance. Simplicity Jill Zing bags are Type J. Okay, yeah. Either way, I know what you're talking about, so I know where to get them. They're sitting in my like eBay save for later, whenever I do it. But I'm gonna get the Mighty Mite bags first. I guess that does answer my question. As far Mighty Mite appears to be winning anyways. The Ball Animal 3 versus Stratos. I don't know which one is better. The Animal 3 is better. Definitely get the Animal 3, hands down. It's not even close. Get the Animal 3. Now that I have the Miele U1. I'll probably, even though the Felix would probably be a better machine to be in the lineup, I don't know. I was going to do like a 4-way vacuum comparison between the Miele U1, the Ball Animal 3, the Stratos, and the Sebo. Should I wait until I get a Felix, or should I just do it with the G1/G4 as it is? Because, I mean, that is, like, the entry-level SIBO, so it'd be much closer in price. Because I think the Dart's 600. They use 2. Whirlpool gives the molds and designs to Panasonic. Yeah. Yeah, that does it. Kenmore is a Sears brand. I wish Sears were still around. They were old school, but everything has changed. Yeah. What makes me mad about the Stratos is that on the infomercial it was going against the older Dyson Ball Animal 2. When the infomercial was aired, the Animal 3 was out, and it was out when the 3 was. Well, the Stratos came out before the Animal 3 did. So that's why. And they're not going to go back and update the infomercial just because Dyson released a new machine. That's not practical. I'm sure whenever the new Shark comes out, they'll compare it to the Animal 3. But yeah, I mean, that's not how that works. They're not just going to go back and change it just because a new vacuum came out after they released and spent all that money shooting the infomercial for their machine. It's not like Dyson doesn't even sell the Animal 2 anymore. They still sell the Animal 2. So it's still a fair comparison. And apparently they sell it at $500. So it's the same price point. What's the Stratos? Is that a new Shark? Yes, I actually have one. I did a review on it a few weeks ago. It's the new machine that replaces the Vertex. So it's their second generation of Duo Clean Power Fins upright. I did a review on it. Dylan did a video on it, and Matt from House of Vacuums did a video on it like right after it came out. So there's plenty of content out on it. But, you know, I mean, you're busy, so you probably didn't see it, but yeah. So yeah, I do still have the Stratos. I use it for whenever I'm cleaning bare floors, primarily. But I don't use it on carpets because it is dog shit on carpets. It is not clean carpets worth a shit at all. It's better than the Apex, but that's not saying a lot. It's still worse than the basic NV352, which is now a $100 vacuum. So there's no reason to buy it. Unless you have nothing but bare floors and maybe like one or two thin pile area rugs. And even then, it's for $500, it's just not worth it. At least I don't think so. Is the Innova a good vacuum? I have not reviewed the Innova yet, so I cannot comment. I will get one at some point to review it, but based on how it looks, I'm not impressed so far. It looks really ugly, and it doesn't look like it's designed all that well. But hey, I will reserve my judgment for when I actually get one. They're $170 right now from Walmart's website. So I may order one whenever I have some extra cash, whenever that may be. But yeah. Before the Animal 3, I really wanted Animal 2 because the cleaner head looks way better than my DC-41. I even cut out the strips to kind of make it an Animal 2. Now I want an Animal 3. Just buy an Animal 2 or Animal 1 cleaner head and put it on your 41. They're interchangeable. The Animal 3 cleaner head is entirely different though, so you cannot do that. But if you have a 41, just buy a cleaner head for an Animal 2. Or an Animal 1. They're the same cleaner head. Or a Kinetic or whatever. They're all the same. And just put that on your 41, and bam, you've got a 41. Or you've got an Animal 2. The motor will be slightly less strong, but for all intents and purposes, it's the same machine. The only difference between the the only practical difference between the Animal 2 and the 41 and the 65 and the Animal 1, so the UP13, the UP20, the only practical difference between those is the cleaner heads. Don't cut out the strips, just replace the cleaner head. Because a whole Animal 2 is $500 if you buy it brand new. A new cleaner head's like $70. So just get the new cleaner head, and there you go. Your 41's good. Now, of course, if you don't have any Dysons, I would recommend just buying an Animal 2 instead of buying a 41 used and then trying to fix up all the parts and replace the cleaner head. But, if you've already got a Dyson that works, just change the power head. I mean, in my case, I'm only selling my 41 because I already have actual Animal 2s and all that. And I would rather use the machine that's newer and still under warranty. But that's just me. Is the Hoover Wind Tunnel 3 Whole House Pet Rewind a good vacuum? I would say so. I reviewed one quite a while ago, and it was pretty good. I don't usually recommend the ones with the clutches because the clutches die very frequently and they're a pain in the dick to fix. But if you really want a pretty decent but versatile budget upright, you can do much worse than that. Just obviously, if you get the one without the clutch, which is what I recommend, it's not going to do bare floors. But when you're buying a machine that cheap, I recommend just buying a separate canister for bare floors anyways. Also, there's a such thing as a bagged bezel with a headlight. Not anymore, no. To my knowledge, that is not a thing anymore. And a Daredevil model of the bagged bezel Power Force. I don't know what you're talking about. The feather? You mean the feather lights? And Teletech, do you like Bar Rescue? I haven't watched Bar Rescue, but I've been watching a lot of Kitchen Nightmares and a lot of Hotel Hell. I know I'm late to the party, but anything that Gordon Ramsay touches is gold. And I actually prefer the UK version of Kitchen Nightmares, and most people I've seen that have watched both prefer the UK version. It's a lot more raw, and it feels more genuine and less, like, you know, dramatically produced with the and all the fancy music and shit and the drama. But Hotel Hell is really good. I've been obsessed with that, and with that. My fiance is actually watching Dahmer because my dad canceled the Netflix, so we got it from, I think, like his aunt or something. I guess we're not supposed to say that because Netflix doesn't like you sharing passwords, but everybody does it. So he's watching the new Dahmer, which I'm not a fan of. I'm not a big fan of watching TV shows about people that eat people, but that's just me. So yeah, that's the new show, and I watched the pilot episode, and I was like, okay, that's enough for a Tuesday. It's like, that's a lot, okay. And there's not like anything like that bad in the episode. It's, you know, obviously from what I hear, the later episodes are much more gory, so obviously most people in my chat are probably much younger, probably don't watch that show. But yeah. Let's see. It was in a vacuum save video. I think I know what you're talking about, but yeah. Why don't you recommend the ones with the brush roll switch things? Don't you need something to clean your hard floors? I just explained why. It's because the clutches on those have a horrible habit of failing on them, and they're not going to be that effective on bare floors anyways. I would just recommend get one with a... just get a separate machine for bare floors. Keep in mind, you can buy a Bissell 3-in-1 stick vac for $20. And usually the Hoovers with the clutches are going to be like $30-$40 more than the ones without the clutches. So instead of spending the extra money on a feature that's just going to break, just get the one without the clutch, and then just get a Bissell 3-in-1 stick vac for $20 or like $30 at most if you get like the featherweight, and that'll do your bare floors just as well, if not better. I'm serious. Like that. Like that's been my go-to solution. If you have a limited budget, like if you've got $100 to spend, and you want something that'll clean your carpets well, and clean your bare floors well, and not break the bank, buy a Bissell Power Force bagged for $60, and buy a Bissell 3-in-1 for $20. That's $80. Use the other $20 to go on Amazon and buy a 20-pack of Clean Fairy HEPA bags, which will last you 2 years, probably. And there you go. You know, maybe buy a pack of belts, and then boom, you're at about $100, and you've got a solid cleaning solution for a few years at least. And if you take care of both those machines, they'll last a decade. Easily, if you take care of them, they will last a decade. Especially the bagged one. The stick vac, as long as you vacuum off the filter with the Power Force to keep that clean, then you're good. You're good. Intellidex Studios, who, me? Whoever was asking about it. But then the brush roll is going to keep spinning and eating the carpet when I get the hose out, and the brush roll is going to eat one part of the carpet, so I have to keep it moving. What the fuck? In my experience, the Bissells aren't as bad at that. Well, at least the Power Force isn't. Some of the other Bissells are, but the Hoovers are even worse at it. Whenever I reviewed that Hoover Max Life Swivel Complete, or whatever the hell it was, when it just came out, that one literally leaned so far forward that when I was holding it with the hose, just letting it go burned my carpet. Which, granted, it cleans carpets very well, but that does way worse at that than the Bissell does. So, and that they actually try to like sell it as bare floors because it has like a squeegee on it, and that's $100 right there. I'm only saying this from experience. Like, it's up to you, obviously. I'm not telling you what to buy. I'm just telling you what I think is the best way to go. Because, yeah, I mean, my machine does have a clutch, so it's more likely to wear out quickly. Yeah, I'm only saying that because I've seen so many of those Hoover clutches wear out. They're not built well. Those clutches are not built well. They will fail. Maybe you'll get lucky and get, 5-6 years out of it before the clutch fails, but it's just easier to use a separate machine anyways. At least to me, at least in my opinion. Because, my go-to combination for a long time was the like lime green Bissell 3-in-1 and then my Sanitaire SO4110A. That was my go-to solution for a long time. Before I had any Dysons or Sharks or anything like that. That was my, well, I think at the time I might have had like one Dyson or maybe one Shark, but either way, that was my go-to for a long time, and it did the trick. So I had to get the screwdrivers out and take the cover off under it and then pull the belt out. I want to use the hose and do that every fucking time. What are you talking about? I just said that, again, if you get the Bissell that I'm talking about, Hoovers, yes, will do that. In my experience, at least in my experience. In my experience, you can get, the Hoovers will burn your carpet. But the Power Forces, in my experience, don't burn the carpet. Because they lift themselves up far enough to where you can do that. And the Bissells, because the way the handles are shaped, they're actually easy to lean against your couch if you want to tilt it back while you're using the hose. When I was using the Sanitaire SO4110A, which I wouldn't recommend if it wasn't good, like, I used that as a daily for a long time and used the tools on it, and I never had any problems with it burning my carpet. At least my carpet. Again, my carpet. I never had any problems with it burning my carpet. I've never had any problems with any of those specific Bissells burning carpet. The CleanView 1 pass that I mentioned, there was one time when I leaned it forward and it started to burn, and it started to sit on the carpet. It wasn't like burning it quite yet, but I could hear the brush roll contacting the carpet. And that's that. So it does happen. I would prefer a brush roll shut off, but if you're saying you have $100 to spend, then there's only so much you can do. Or for $100, you can get a Shark for $100. You can get an NV351 for $100 right now. You can get a blue one or a red one from Walmart. So that is a good solution because $100 is the right price for one of those Sharks. They're built pretty poorly, but if you take care of them, if you wash the filters every time you empty the bin, and you replace all 3 of the filters every year, roughly depending on your usage, and you keep the brush rollers clean, then those Sharks should last at least decently long. And hey, if you do have a part go bad on it, then hopefully Shark will take care of you. So, I mean, there you go. There is a solution. There are plenty of solutions. That is the one Shark that I do recommend, as long as you don't care about getting shocked by it. Let's see. Where can I get the non-ball Dysons for cheap? I would start with Facebook Marketplace, or not really eBay, but yeah, Facebook Marketplace would be the way to go, or Craigslist. You're not going to get a refurbished one for cheap. If by cheap you mean like $100 or less, you're not going to get one for cheap. Unless it's someone's old one that might need a clutch. Which that you could find for cheap. But if you want one for cheap, you're probably going to have to put some work into it. I'm just saying, because it's usually pretty hard to find refurbished Dysons for cheap. Because, you know, my DC41 I'm selling for 160 bucks or 180 shipping. 180 plus shipping. Because obviously I have to spend more for it if I'm selling it online because because obviously the selling fees and shipping and the taxes and all that shit. But yeah. Find a good DC-17. Clean the brush roll motor. Wash the filters. You'll love it. See, there you go. The 17 is good. I did really like the 17, except it was way too fucking heavy. And I actually sold my 17 because it was way too fucking heavy. And I was like, why am I going to use the 17 over this when this cleans better than the 17? Which, that's a controversial take, but it's true. This cleans better than the 17, the Ball Animal 2. It's lighter weight than the 17. It's more nimble than the 17. The attachments are better, in my opinion. And, at least if we're talking about Dyson attachments. And it's obviously a more modern platform, so you'll have support for longer. Yeah, I know that's controversial, but in my experience, the UP13 and Ball Animal 2 and the Kinetic, all the ones after the 65, in my experience, do clean better than the 17. And that's with a brand new brush roller in the 17. Although, to be fair, I believe it was an aftermarket brush roller. I don't think that would affect it because it looked like the bristles were the same. But I could be wrong. Maybe that's the reason why. Maybe with a brand new Dyson genuine brush roller, maybe those clean better. But in my experience, based on what I've tested, the Animal 2, even with a worn out brush, cleans better than the 17 and is more maneuverable. But again, that's just my experience. So I personally would recommend an Animal or an Animal 2 over a 17, a Ball Animal. But you're obviously not going to find those for as cheap. Sometimes you will. Once in a while, I'll see one of these for like 60, 80 bucks. And if you can snag it when it first pops up in your local area, then there you go. They might even be still under warranty. In the case of my Animal 2, you can get a really good deal. If you find one that's still under warranty, and you get it for 50 bucks, in my case, like I did, and then if it has any problems, send it in, get it fixed, there you go. I mean, I don't know if that's something that Dyson's going to do for everybody, but I would hope they didn't just do that to me because they know who I am, but you know, I would hope that that's what they would normally do, because it was still under warranty. But yeah, anyways. Let's see. The only way to preserve your clutch is to turn off the machine and wait until the brush roll stopped and stand it upright, or turn it off and disengage the clutch to clean hard floors. Yeah, that's what I always did whenever I had my Tempo. I only sold the Tempo because it was loud, but yeah, I mean, that's what I did, and I never had a problem with the belt or the clutch. So maybe if you treat right, then maybe it'll be okay. So yeah. Some clutches are great, simplicity, symmetry, and some are shit. What sucks is when they slip and it looks like the brush roll is spinning but stops when it hits the floor under load. Yeah. I'm looking to pay like 20 that I'm willing to work on. I don't know how you're going to get any Dyson for 20 bucks. Unless, again, you just get really lucky and find one. I never see people sell Dysons for 20 bucks. I either sell them for like 60 or 80, or they're just throwing them away. Like, there's no in between. So, but in my local area, I've seen several people throw away DC-14s, DC-15s, DC-07s. It's just I never get to them in time, because whenever someone posts that, everyone knows that it's a Dyson because they can recognize it, and they go pick it up before I even see it. So, good luck. It can be done, but good luck. Wasn't your DC-41 the one with the broken hose? Yes, that is correct. It's the one that Marco sold me where all the hoses were broken on it, and he didn't tell me. So, that's another reason why I'm selling that 41, because I wasted like 70 bucks on it, and I, had to go through all that hassle, so I'm just trying to sell to get my money back on it for the most part. I did put new filters in it, and so it's good. It works fine. I did put the UP13 Cyclone on it as well, so it's yellow now instead of pink. But yeah, so I am selling that if you want it. And the power head's good on it. It will wear out more if you engage or disengage the roller with the clutch on. Yeah, I love the older Dysons because some of them had the tunes right on the top of the bin or directly next to the bin. The tunes? What? I like vacs that have all parts readily accessible in store or online in case parts go bad, like the handles on the wind tunnel Max Performance. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. New Jersey? Ugh. Why would you... I don't understand why people list something on eBay and then don't offer shipping. What is the point of eBay at that point? Just put it on Craigslist. Well, let's see. I'm surprised my DC-41's 9 years old and the hose never broke. Yeah. You know. I don't know what happened with mine. I guess it was just unlucky. My Wind Tunnel 3 Pro Pet needs a new motor. Where can I find one? I call Hoover, but I don't think they're going to do much for you. I would also check on eBay. Or maybe your local vacuum store. I don't know. I haven't seen too many videos on the Dyson Micro. I only see Vacuum Wars do video on it. Yeah, I wanted the Micro. I don't know what happened to it. They just, like, wiped it off the face of the earth for no reason. My Dyson hose isn't broken yet, though I haven't used it in like 5 years, so yeah, that'll do it. I don't think that they're actually... See, because I've been pretty rough with my animal too, not like intentionally, but just using it. And the hose hasn't broken yet, so maybe that issue isn't as big of a problem as I thought, as far as them actually failing, or yeah, maybe I just got unlucky. I don't know, but it's still a problem that it's designed the way it is. We had a shark for 8 years. The only thing that broke was the cord hook. Yeah, that'll happen. Cord hooks usually tend to break because they're usually really thin plastic. Basically, because mine doesn't have a switch inside the main body, I can't replace it, so when it breaks or shorts, I'm going to go back to the Maytag bagged uprights or Bissell. Inteltech Studios, do you have a TriStar? I just picked up one today. They're very solid if you're looking for a good, cheap bench vac to run. I do not have a TriStar. I don't think I've ever even seen one before. Yeah, I've never seen one. I've heard of them. Yeah, I mean, I've heard they're really good, but I've never owned a TriStar. But yeah, that's a cool find. Or did I say never heard? No, I've heard of a TriStar. I've never seen a TriStar in person. So yes, I have heard of a TriStar. Of course, I've heard of a TriStar, but I've never seen one in person, actually for sale. Got an orange Phantom Fury. I heard. Good find. Does the 4870 have a way to shut off the brush roll? Yes, it does. There's a little switch on the front. Just make sure you turn it off before you switch it. I actually just refurbished my mother-in-law's 4870, and she was very happy to have it. The cord split, like they always do. So I had to fix that up. I'll be right back. I'm going to get some water. freezing. We are pretty rough with the 41 whenever we use it, but now we hardly use it because we also have a V7. I'll get an Animal 3. I replaced the HEPA filter on my DC-24 and it's still whining. What do I do? And is there a way I can get extended warranty? 24s are definitely not under warranty anymore, and Dyson, as far as I know, does not offer warranty extensions. But yeah, I mean, if you replace your HEPA filter and it's still whining, this happened with my 25 where I replaced it with like a low quality HEPA filter and the gasket was a problem on the new filter, then just get a genuine Dyson filter at that point if you can, because a lot of the aftermarket ones are really crappy quality and end up not fixing the problem because they have the same problem. I want to TriStar CXL. Nice. What about Prolux? I've never had a Prolux. I cannot comment. I have a V10 Absolute and the V15. They're both good cordless vacuums, so I never tried the V11, but I'm sure it's good too. Yeah, I mean, the V11's pretty similar to the V15, so that's why I never really bothered getting a V15, because it's really just a V11 with a laser and a fancy particle measurer. But the yeah, I mean, if I'm probably gonna sell the V11 and get the new V8 that came out, the 2022 version, because I did try a V8 in a Best Buy, the new one, and I really like it. So I'm thinking that's the way to go. The V11 is just too heavy for me, and obviously the V15 is gonna be the same, and the V20 or whatever is probably gonna be the same as well. So, they're V16, however they're going to do the naming afterwards. But, yeah. I don't know why they called it V15 and not V12. But, yeah, so, I don't know. Mine was a genuine Dyson one from the factory. Oh, well, I don't know what to tell you then. It's probably the... I would say, take a disinfecting wipe and wipe down the actual HEPA filter gasket on the machine. Or wait, I just realized it's inside the ball on that one. Yeah. I don't know, honestly. I'll have to figure that out. I don't know, call Dyson. Again, I just got a 25 for the first time in a while. I am selling my purple 25, by the way. I'm going to keep the red one, though. Not gonna lie, Bissell's seem to be pretty impressive depending on which one it is. I'm probably gonna go with the Powerlifter Pet Bagged. Yeah, I've actually been debating on selling my Powerlifter Pet Bag, because I don't really use it all that much. So if you want to buy one and they're out of stock, then I'll probably sell you mine. I've only used it a couple times. Brazeback is already bugging me about the Dirt Devil reaction. By the way, I can sell them. My mom said I can use their PayPal. Oh, great. Message me and I'll figure that out. Because I'll get the reaction and the, I still want that Cyclone XT part machine. I'm gonna wait till tomorrow to get it though, because I have an eye appointment tomorrow and I'm gonna probably get new glasses lenses. So I need to make sure to take care of that first, because eyesight's more important than a Dirt Devil. I just bit my lip again. Wow. More attached to the SO4110A? Yeah, exactly. I don't like the Powerlifter as much as the SO4110A, so there's not really a reason to keep both. It is still my favorite out of the modern Bissells, though. At least Bissels, not sanitary Bissels or big green Bissels. But yeah, so whenever I use whenever I use a bag Bissell to actually clean, the sanitaire is the one I always grab. Sounds good. I'm super busy, so it would be a few weeks, and I gotta figure that shit out. Oh, that's fine. That works out. What happened to the old General Electric upright that was missing the bag door from an older video? I do still have that. I'm still trying and failing to find a bag door for it. But yeah. I would sell it if someone wants it, but it's so brittle that it would have to be local pickup only, or you'd have to buy it knowing that it literally could arrive in pieces, and there'd be no guarantees on it, because that thing is very fragile. So it wouldn't really be worth it. Are you selling the Shark Apex? If so, how much? I'm selling the Apex for $179. With free shipping. At least I think I have free shipping set up on it. I should. I might end up keeping that Apex and just using it in the basement. So, if nobody buys it, I'm probably just going to use it in the basement. Or maybe I'll use the Stratos in the basement, I don't know. You must keep it. You're preserving it. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna throw it away or anything. It's a really cool machine, and I do really like it. Like, once I find a bag door and some bags for it, like, it runs good. It runs good. Like, the brush roll runs good, the belt runs good. Motor sounds great, at least as of the last time it ran it. So once I find the bag door, it'll be good. I won't use it very often, but when I do, it's really nice. It's lightweight, it's quiet, runs good on my carpet. Damn, I was hoping at least $100. Why would I sell a $400 vacuum for $100? Sorry if that came off as rude. It's just I don't like. I gotta. Because if I sell it to you for $100, that means that means with box, with bubble wrap, with shipping label, with Facebook selling fees, with taxes, with shipping. Like, that means I'm only gonna make like maybe $60 on it. And if I'm gonna go through all that, I might as well just sell it locally for $100 and locally for $100 and just get rid of it. Ever since you got the coffee Apex, you've always been mean to it, LMAO. I mean, I haven't used it since I did the review on the Apex. I have not used it. I've been using my Stratos for. I haven't used any vacuum in the basement, but I'm thinking like eventually I'll use it for that, because the Duo Clean would be fine on the concrete floor. I don't have too many Bissells. The last Bissell I got was the Surface Sense, and before that I got the Bissell Pet Hair Eraser Plus. Huh? Yeah. I do want to get a Bissell Surface Sense. I tried to write to Bissell to see if they send me a review sample, and they just which, to be fair, like, again, I wasn't expecting them to do it because I'm not a big channel, but I was like, hey, I'd like to request to do a review sample, or to review this vacuum on my YouTube channel dedicated to reviewing vacuums, and if you're interested, then please let me know. I'd love to check out the new Bissell. And they just sent me like a link. It felt very passive aggressive. They just sent me a link where it's like, you can buy it here, and I'm like, okay. Fair enough, you're not wrong. Let's see, I don't have too many. Oh, sorry, I meant to put $200. My phone is cracked a little bit and it's hard to type right now. Oh no, 200 is fine, because I was gonna sell it for $179, and so yeah, I mean that'll probably work out to like 200. I mean, if you want to pay 200 for it, I could probably throw some attachments in there with it. So if you want to do that, that's fine. Or yeah, we're just 179. Because I'll let it go for that much. Does Bissell sell the bagged upright with a brush roller shut off? No, unfortunately they don't. They've only ever once, to my knowledge, sold a bagged vacuum with a brush roller shut off, and that was the original Bissell Liftoff and Bissell Plus. Those were the only, they were the first and the only bagged Bissells to have a brush roller shut off. Every Bissell that came out after that, whether it was a Liftoff or a Powerlifter Pet or a Surface Sense or Powerlifter Pet Swivel, whatever it's called, they've all been bagless. Every single one. So, Apex is horrible. So is Vertex. Stuff I can see on the carpet and won't pick up. I hardly use it at all. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Bissell Plus Liftoff bagged. Yep. So that's the only one. So that's pretty much the only reason I want one of those, just because, you know, it's quirky. It's the first Liftoff. But I never use it because I hate L-shaped nozzles. There was a time when you could buy them brand new for like $200, like old stock on Amazon. But they eventually sold out of all of them. So now if you find one, they're like, I think they were like $250, and then once they started running out of them, they jacked it up to like $289 or something like that. Which honestly is not, like, yeah, I know it's an old vacuum, but for a brand new one in the box, that's not that bad. I think like $199 would be a bit more appropriate, but you know, maybe like $229. But hey, you know, I'll be honest. If I was in that position, I'd probably try to sell it for $300 first as well. And then if people won't pay for it, then lower it. But yeah. Does the Bissell Powerforce bagged uprights finally have a longer crevice tool? Yeah, they do. They've had longer crevice tools for a few years now. But even if they don't, you can just replace them. Those crevice tools are like $7. So, but the good news is that they do come with longer crevice tools. The Helix doesn't, but the bagged and the turbos and all that. Actually, no. The bagged one comes with a longer crevice tool than all the turbos, which is weird. But yeah, if you buy the 1739, or if you buy the 2019 or whatever the CleanView version is that's bagged, they all come with a longer crevice tool. Actually, the CleanView version comes with like a weird looking crevice tool that doesn't actually fit in the wand. But yeah, but it is still longer. So yeah, you're not going to get much reach with any of those anyways because the wand is really short. And then there's no hose handle. So even with the crevice tool being the same size, you're getting way less reach. But, you know, it is what it is. Usually what I recommend is if you are using one of those 1739s, just, if you don't have one, just buy an extra extension wand. I think they're like $8. And then just leave it attached to the hose. The hose has enough slack in it that it'll look fine. And there you go. You got double the wandage. So that's what I always recommend. But yeah. I remember when they were first released, they had the short ones. Yeah. I don't know why I'm still showing the screen. I bought a modern Eureka Lightspeed and the filtration was horrible. Visual dust was shot out of the motor exhaust and the filter was soiled after 2 usage. I'm done with bagless. Yep, I don't blame you. It's not even a matter of bagless, it's a matter of cheap, shitty bagless. Even the modern Bissells are better than that, so they don't shoot dust out anymore. Unless you're really, you know, hard on the thing. But, you know, the newer Bissells, have a actually somewhat effective cycle. Ever since they switched over to the 1700 series helixes, they're a lot better now. Eureka now is dead to me. Yeah. I do want to try the Power Speed Turbo Spotlight just because it has LED headlights on a cheap vacuum, which usually is not all that common. So I do want to try one. I'll probably pick one up from Home Depot at some point because they have them for $100. My local Ollie's, not local, but the closest Ollie's to me also has them for $100, the same model. So, but I'll probably pick it up from Home Depot because they have a better return policy. So, yeah, I mean, I'll try it. I'm fully expecting to return it. I'll try that, and I'll try the Innova. I don't plan to try any other Eurekas. There's no point, really. They're all the same. The small airspeed now is the same as the Powerforce Compact, and they're junk. The base model Power Speed is just a crappier, more expensive version of a Helix. Of a Helix Turbo. It's junk. But I will try the Spotlight because it seems interesting. And of course the Innova. I have the Old Shark Rotator and also the Shark Rotator AVV as well as the Navigator, the purple one. And I have the Navigator ADV. Yeah. I was considering buying a Navigator ADV to review it whenever I was in a Walmart that had one, and I was like, I'm gonna hate this. There's no reason to buy this. This is stupid. Why am I gonna pay $150 on this? And I stuck it back on the shelf. Eureka is now in vacuum heaven with Regina, Lewitt, Phantom, etc. Yeah, I'd say so. The brand is all but irrelevant. The Innova was their last hurrah, and from what I can tell so far, it seems like the Innova's been a pretty big failure. I've never seen anyone buy an Innova. My local Walmart had them on an end cap, and I didn't see a single person buy a single one. I took one off the shelf just to look at it, and I put it back, and then that end cap went from $200 to $199 to $179, and now to $159, and that's where it stayed. And then finally, once it was down to $159, finally they started moving them. So they did eventually sell them, to be fair, but they were initially way too expensive. So I think, for $150, that's pretty good. Honestly, like, if Eureka really wants that machine to sell, they probably got to move it at like $129. But that's probably not going to be all that profitable. $150 is acceptable, but still, a lot of people are not going to choose that over other machines. A lot of people are not going to choose that over a Bissell or a Shark, especially a Shark. It's just the reality of it. Like, I know everyone loves to say that Sharks are junk, but it's a fact that that's what people are buying. Your vacuum shop where everybody spends minimum $800 on a vacuum in a wealthy suburb of a major city in a growing state is not representative of the entire industry or even a sliver of the market. It just unfortunately isn't. So those high quality Sebos and Lindhouses, Miele's, Central Vacuums, Kirby's, Rainbows. Is Rainbow even still around? I'm pretty sure Filter Queen's dead at this point. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I mean, there's Quantum X upright vacuums I never talked about. Yeah, I mean, I remember Quantum X is one of those companies where it's like, hey, here's a, no-name company. Why don't I try to get a review sample? So I asked them if I could have a review sample, again, for review. And I forgot what they said, but I remember they wanted like my Instagram and stuff. Like, they wouldn't send me one unless I gave them like my Twitter and my Instagram and like my Snapchat and my TikTok, and I was like, so you want me to sponsor you, or so you want to basically, you don't want to send me a vacuum unless you're sure that I'm gonna promote it on social media. And I was like, you can nope the fuck out of here with that shit. Like, I'm not interested in that. I don't post anything on Twitter. I don't post anything on Instagram. Those accounts are literally dead. I'm on Facebook, but I don't really post anything there. You know, the few people that even are on my Facebook page, like it's all just memes and politics. Like there's nothing vacuum related on there, other than like once in a while I'll post in a vacuum group, but that's it. So I was like, I have a YouTube channel for a reason. It's kind of like I specifically said I want to review it on my YouTube channel, and you're asking for all my other shit. It's kind of annoying. It's like not what I was talking about. But, you know, it is what it is. So I was like, yeah, okay, I'm not interested in that. See, that's the oldest trick in the book. Hey, take your old beat up piece of shit vacuum that has not been serviced at all and that you've had since 2003, that can barely pick up a piece of popcorn off the floor. Take that vacuum with it, and then take our brand new vacuum that is brand new out of the box that we gave you for free for this video, and run it over and see all the crap that our vacuum gets that their vacuum didn't get. It's the oldest trick in the book. It's the Dyson challenge. It's the Oreck challenge. It's probably the Phantom challenge. It's every single company says this. Kirby's do it all the time. I remember at my house like a decade ago when, oh yeah, Techman 5150, and I see he who vacuums last always wins. Yeah, I remember. This was hilarious. I remember when we had a demo from a Rainbow rep at our house. This was way before YouTube. This was when I was still living in Missouri. And it was like a friend of my stepmom, like, she got like a gift card, or she got like a work promotion if she took this, if she had someone that she knew accept this Rainbow person to come over to their house and demo this machine. So at the time, the newest Rainbow, this was like 2010, maybe 2011 probably. This was right after we just bought the Bissell Power Force 6584 bagless. So it was right when that model just came out. And before he came over, I replaced the belt in that Bissell and cleaned the filter. And so it was all good. It was good to go. So he ran the Rainbow over the rug that we had underneath our kitchen table. And was like, oh my gosh, look at all this shit that it got up. And then I took the Bissell and I ran it over it. And like a quarter of the dust cap was full. Not a lot, don't get me wrong. It wasn't like it sucked up a bunch of shit, because that rug wasn't that dirty. But it still was able to pull up stuff that the Rainbow left behind. So at the time that vacuum was $48.84. That Rainbow was what, $9.99? Probably $14.99. And that's 1,499. So yeah, like I was like, well, it does pretty good. I was like, so why do I need this thing? And he's like, because the filter's better. You can use it as an air purifier. I'm like, yes, because I'm going to leave my vacuum cleaner running in my bedroom when I'm sleeping at night so it can purify the air. Why wouldn't I? And for like $2,000, why wouldn't I just go to Walmart and buy a $60 Filtrete air purifier? In fact, that's exactly what I did. It's right back there. So, or even a Dyson. I could buy the Dyson hot and cool air purifier for like what, $600, $500? Sure, that's a lot, but it's better than leaving a Rainbow running. I don't get it. So yeah, I was like, yeah, this Bissell just got stuff that the Rainbow didn't. He's like, yeah, but I'm sure that Bissell's leaving stuff behind. And I'm like, probably, yeah. But you know. I didn't feel like going to grab the Phantom from upstairs because at the time I still had my Phantom domestic, so I didn't want to like be rude and start pulling out vacuums, and I wanted to, but I was like, my parents are here, I don't want to like, you know, I don't want to be rude to this poor guy, you know. So yeah, so that was that. And yeah, so water filtration vacs are just stupid. I don't see the point, honestly. Just vacuum your carpet and then just use a carpet cleaner. It seems pretty basic. But yeah, all that dirty water, yeah. Yeah, it's a waste of water too. Somebody just dump it out in your yard with all of your precious plants. Yeah. We actually did have a garden at the time, so that was actually a selling point to us, according to him. Like, oh, you have a garden, you can dump this all over your plants. And I'm like, why would I dump water with hair, with like, you know, Australian Shepherd hair and dust and like nasty shit? Why would I dump that on my plants that are trying to grow my food? Why? Because I want to be eating my tomatoes and find Abigail's hair on it. Because at the time we had an Australian Shepherd named Abigail. That's what I want. Is I want to find dog hair on my okra. You know, I want to find dog hair on my okra. That's what I totally want. I don't know why you'd want that. I have an Auric air purifier that uses an electric cell that I got for $20. Nice. What if the ceiling is faulty? What if the water gets to the motor? What happens if you drop a rainbow vacuum down the stairs while it's full of water? I didn't even think about that. We did have stairs at the time. Yeah, I mean, you got a point. You got a point. It seems every old rainbow I see has motor bearing noise. Yeah, probably because there's moisture in the fucking motor and it dries out the bearings. I would rather just wash filters instead of having the risk of electrocution. Throw the whole thing away. Not a very good vacuum to use if you live in an area where conserving water is really important. Cough. Lake Mead, cough. Yeah. Jackson, Mississippi. Flint, Michigan. Yeah. I saw a brand new inbox DC-14 at a garage sale for $30. I don't have enough cash on me to purchase it, so I left to grab some, and it was gone within 5 minutes. I wouldn't have left. I would have stayed there and like told someone else to go get cash for me and given them my card. That's what I would have done. I heard Kirby's door-to-door, and if I go to a garage sale, I'm going to have cash on me. I guess unless I saw it, then I'd run over to it. Sup, Buster, 1849, nice to see ya. Actually, is a convertible Elite still up for grabs? Still, I'm not sure. If I can replace the fan and the fan housing in it, I'm going to keep it. If not, then I'll sell it. Because it's in really good shape, and I would like to keep it. But it's just the fan, and the fan chamber is really tore up, so it's really loud. 8:50 p.m. It's 10:51 where I am. Central Time. Illinois time. Boop, 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 boop. Even though it is really loud naturally. I'm not sure what you're asking. Oh, that's my old soda. Ew. I grabbed water for a reason. Would you ever own a Hoover Pet Vac Legacy Rewind? It's a rare vacuum. Is that the rebranded Elite Rewind? No. Because I had, I mean, maybe. Because I had an Elite Rewind and I didn't like it. Hoover Elites I heard are naturally loud, but I mean like it's louder than that. Discord mod. But yeah, I mean, as far as the pet vac goes, if I get one in good shape, I might keep it. But if it doesn't work too well, then I'll just sell it to Corbin, to Vacuum Geek, because I know he loves those. Assuming it is a Elite Rewind, which I think that's what you're talking about. Can you still find the Oric XL2 Ultra? If you mean like new, no, you can't. But I do have one for sale if you want one. Kirby vacuum salesman be like, oh, if I sell 5 more vacuums, I win a free vacation. Ugh, that sounds like a pyramid scheme. Elites are loud, but not ear-bleeding loud. Yeah. They're at least not high-pitched, so at least that's good. Are any of my comments appearing on all your ends? I see yours, yeah. Do you like Electrolux? I mean, yeah, I guess. I have one that works, but I'm gonna sell it. I was gonna pick up an Electrolux Oxygen from Goodwill, but I went back yesterday to grab it and it wasn't there. It was supposed to be half off because that tag was on sale, so it was instead of 25, it was like 12. I think someone probably bought it earlier that day. I remember back in 2007 or 2008, a Kirby vacuum salesman came into our house trying to say a Kirby is better than my mom's Electrolux and went into her bedroom and vacuumed her bed. Do you have a Discord kitten? 15 years later, that Epic 6500 Lux is still running, and it was bought used. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not saying Electroluxes are bad. I don't have much experience with them. They're pretty cool, though, admittedly. Yo, dude. Can I ask you a question? No, you can't, even though you just did. Are you going to replace the original single row brush roller with a dual row? Probably not, honestly. If the one in it works fine, I'm probably not going to bother. There's no point in buying a new Kirby anyways. Buy a used one in good shape. Yeah, exactly. If I do get another Kirby, it'll be Heritage 2 or Legend 2. One of the old ones without a self-propel. They have a DC-18 all-force on eBay for $139.99. I already have one, so I don't really need another one. But if it's in, like, really good shape, maybe? I don't know. No, I don't need that. I don't need another DC-18. I'll look at it real quick. Dyson DC-18. Here's a new cleaner head for $90. Oh, no, it's pre-owned. Oh. I see a bunch of parts for one. I don't see an actual vacuum, though. Oh, here it is. $120 plus $100 shipping. What the fuck? So it's $220. I hate it when people do that. Shipping is not $100 for a 14-pound vacuum. That is not. It's not a thing. What are you shipping it in a solid gold crate? Doesn't even look like it's in that good of. I mean, it looks fine, but the pictures are so dark I can't make out anything. Update video coming when the fan replacement happens. If I replace it, yeah. Because I can't find a fan or a fan housing anywhere. I can find them for the actual convertibles, but not for the elites. What else do you use your vacuums for? What? I use vacuums for cleaning my house? Are you supposed to use them for anything else? Yes, I wash my car with my vacuum. You can't get fans for those anymore. Well, that's just great. That's why I can't fucking find them. So I guess I'm just shit out of luck then? You can't... Oh, I just read that. I always wanted a Shark Navigator Healthy Home Edition because I didn't get one because of the attachments. Because it only comes with a turbo brush. Now I wish I would have gotten it. My local Walmart still has one on the shelf. I thought you could still get them. But I have 2 of them, so if you want one, I'll sell you my other one. I only used it once. What are your pronouns? He, him, or they, them is fine too. Honestly, she, her is fine too. I don't give a fuck, honestly. I'm not picky about my pronouns. You can call me whatever. I don't care what people call me as long as I know as like, to me, a name or a pronoun, for me, not for, I'm not speaking on it for anybody else because other people are more particular about that, and that's fine. For me, I don't give a shit. As long as I know, if you're talking about me and I know you're talking about me, then it serves its intended purpose. You know, because like sometimes if I'm on the phone with people, some people be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am," and I don't bother to correct them anymore because whenever I do, they get so flustered and they're all apologetic, and you could tell they feel like shit, and I'm just like, I'm just not gonna bother. It doesn't bother me any. People can think, you know, that I'm whatever. I think either means sexually. What? Sexual pronouns? That's not a thing. Usually when people say pronouns, they mean pronouns. That's what pronouns are. It's a pretty simple, direct question. It's so weird. I hear some people get mad about that. They're like, "Oh my God, you're asking about people's pronouns. This, you know, when I was growing up, nobody asked about your pronouns. They just made assumptions." And it's like, who gives a shit, dude? I appreciate when people ask. It's not, you know, just trying to be respectful and get it right. Nothing wrong with that. I always forget to ask though. So my policy is just if I get it wrong, then politely correct me and I'll apologize several times over, and then I'll do my best to remember that it's right. Remember what's right. Yeah. Q's Earthbound Sanctuary Guardian. What? Why do you keep spamming that? I don't know what that means. Are you referring to the Earthbound game? I've never played it because it's really rare. I seen a Dyson DC-18 thrift store back in September 21st. They wanted $7.99 for it. Jesus, that's $79.99 for it. That's too much. That's too much. It's a meme. It's not a very funny one. Are you a they, them? I just answered the question. I normally just say he, him, because I mean I'm a cis male. But you know, if someone says they, them, or even she, her, it doesn't bother me any. So yeah, my preferred pronouns are he, him, or sometimes they, them. I just hate it when people say it. That's the only thing that annoys me. There are some people that are fine with it, but if you call me an it, then that pisses me off. Because, like, I'm not an object. I'm a person. But nobody ever does that, so it's not a problem. I've never heard anyone say, "Oh, it's doing that." So it's never even been a problem, so. But hey, since you're asking, I might as well mention it. But no, I'm not. When you say "Are you a they, them?" I assuming you're asking if I'm non-binary, and no, I'm a cis male. I'm not non-binary. I guess that would mean I'm binary. Yeah, whatever. Them means 2 or more people, by the way. No, it doesn't. You can use them in a singular term. Understand grammar. Everyone uses they as a singular. They just don't think about it. Like, if you don't know the gender of the person that you're talking about, you say they. That's just what you do. That's what people have done for years. They just don't think about it a lot. That's why people are like, oh, why would you say they unless if it's not more than one, if it's only one person. It's like, that's how it's always been. Do you understand grammar? You can, in fact, use they in a singular term to refer to a singular person. But I mean, I don't normally go by that. I don't tell people that my pronouns are they, them. I usually just say he, him is fine. So I'm not, It's just if someone says they, them, I mean, that's fine. Because it's, that's... You're a that it then? Okay, whatever. Doesn't bother me none. I know why you're saying that. You're saying that because I said that the it thing bothers me, but it's not... I don't give a shit. Because someone saying it in person and someone saying it over a comment is not the same thing. It doesn't bother me. I could not care less. People get too offended about terms they've been using forever. Yeah, that's what's so weird. It's like, I don't understand when it's usually conservatives, but I don't understand whenever people are like, oh, like, how dare you use they to refer to somebody? It's the queers are corrupting our youth, and it's like, dude, I'm sure you used they before and not thought about it. It's just now that you're thinking about it, you're choosing to not think about it and to reject it because you think it's some sort of new thing when it's not, and because you're a closed-minded prick, but whatever. Would you ever own a Home Depot bucket vac? I don't have a Home Depot one, but I do have I think it's True Value shop vac that I just picked up off the side of the road the other day. Yeah. They used to refer to two more people or things previously mentioned or easily identified, e.g. the two men could get a life sentence if they are convicted. Yeah, in that case, you're using it to refer to two people, but you can also refuse it. You can also use it in a singular tone as well. Like, I've seen it, I've done it before when it's like, if I don't know someone's gender or someone's pronouns, then I'll just say they, because it's obviously the default, because it's not gender specific. I mean, if I don't know and I don't want to assume, well, to be fair, I guess technically you don't know either way until they tell you. But you know what I mean. If I am not confident that my guess either way would be correct, and then I'll say they. The only reason it'd be nice to just be able to ask people what their pronouns were, and people just answer honestly. But I don't. The reason I don't ask is because then there's other people that will actually get mad if you ask instead of just saying it. Then they'll start yelling and cursing at me for asking, as if I somehow offended them. And it's ironic because these are the people that are like, oh, all the snowflakes. And I'm like, you're getting pissed off and cursing at me because I asked you a fucking question. Because to me, if I ask what are your pronouns and you start like yelling and screaming at me, that says my pronouns are I'm fucking stupid. Anyways, tangent over. Let's see. Yes, I'm going to do a video on it because it's going to be in the next vacuum saved. Them use another verb preposition to refer to two or more people or things previously mentioned. E.g., I bathed the kids and read them stories. Are you trying to like argue against the fact that it can be used as a singular? Whatever. Would you support someone who goes by mechanical pronouns? What do you mean mechanical pronouns? Is it like what Rick was saying where it's my pronouns are Optimus and Megatron? I mean, I don't care. Doesn't bother me. My fiance's non-binary. It doesn't bother me any. I do admittedly get it wrong sometimes, so that's my bad. My pronouns are not funny. Oh, okay. Not funny. Was I trying to be funny? Okay, and when is the next vacuum saved coming? I'm gonna try, depending on when I film it. If I'm able to get it filmed tonight, then I'll release it on Friday. If I can't, then sometime after that. Probably within the next week, though. I should be able to get that out there. So it won't be too long. Oh yeah, I like that burp. Thank you. Yeah, I was trying to like hold in my burps this whole time, and I thought I can let one good one out. Is the Hoover smartwatch the competitor to Bissell Pro 2X Revolution Pet? Yes, it's the much shittier competitor. Definitely. And the chat just died, apparently, because now there's no more new chats. Darn. Huh. I guess back to the guitar. Are you zesty? I don't know. I hope that's not a euphemism, but if it's not, then sure, I'm zesty. I did just eat some tacos. So. Is really out of tune. We can see them. What, you're not seeing my chats on your end? We can see them. I can't sing and play it at the same time. It's just the way that the chords are set up. I'd have to record it and then sing it afterwards. I once saw a melted vacuum at a thrift store that had evidently gone on fire. I do not know why someone was trying to donate it. Maybe they thought it still worked. Do both. Seeing you with a guitar is making me think of I cannot read that. Mid is to Jam 2, which a remaster of MIDI Jam. Oh, MIDI's Jam 2. MIDI's to Jam 2. MIDI Jam. What MIDI Jam is a visual MIDI player. It takes MIDIs and animates them, kind of like Animusic. That's cool. I once saw a sad little crying vacuum and I took it inside and fed it. Oh, that's sweet. This pop filter's in the way. I've been practicing the same song over and over again. I try to be able to play it. I did that wrong. Then I'm Damn it. Do you like country music? No. You can throw any MIDI version of a song you like and it will animate it through instruments, and even the famous laser instrument from Music Stick Figures video. Oh, that's so cool. Piece of hair just fell on me. And you can even use different sound fonts to change how the MIDI music sounds. Do you want it to sound like Mario 64? You can do that. And then want it to sound to 8-bit, you can do that too. That's so cool. I love MIDIs. Touch of concrete within the doorway, without a sound. Someone save me, if you will, and take away all these pills, and please just save me, if you can, from my blasphemy in my wasteland. Get here, what went wrong? Couldn't handle forgiveness, now I'm far beyond gone. I can hardly remember the look of my own eyes. How could I love this, a life so dishonest? It made me compromise. Someone save me, if you will, and take away all these pills, and please just save me, I still can't sing and play at the same time. I tried and I failed miserably. I can't play guitar either. It's really the only singing that I can kind of do. Well, and play drums. Because I'm a big fan of original 1993 Doom game, naturally I'm into MIDI music. I'm not just a vacuum nerd, I'm into a lot of stuff. Yeah, same. And even furnaces. Today I did an annual service on my oil furnace and my oil fired water heater. That's cool. I could grab my cajon and play it. Probably should lower the mic volume a little bit. That's pretty loud. And even furnace. Oh, I just read that. Which is why I have a beat up old Mastercraft Suit Master Vacuum. Recover, been using my new 96 Braun Flavor Select coffee maker. Sounds great. There's like a pink dot. Why is there a pink dot right there on the video? I don't know why that's there. Maybe it's a weird like artifact. It looks like a heart. Doesn't it look like a little pink heart? It's so cute. I'm touching it with my finger now. I can see it on OBS. I don't know if it's showing up on YouTube. That little pink heart right there is what it looks like. A little pink dot. It does look like a heart. Probably reflecting off of something. I got a candle and I've got a spoon. I live in a hallway with no dust and no rooms. Under the windowsill, they all were found. A touch of concrete within the doorway. Without a sound, someone save me if you will, and take away all these pills. Please just save me if you can from my blasphemy in my waste now. How did I get here? And what went wrong? Couldn't handle forgiveness. Now I'm far beyond gone. I can hardly remember the look of my own eyes. How could I love this? A life so dishonest, it made me compromise. Someone save me if you will, and take away all these pills. Please just save me if you can from my blasphemy in my wasteland. Jump down with me. Jump in the water, jump in with me. Now jump on the altar, lay down with me. And the hardest question to answer is why. Someone save me, if you will, and take away all these pills. And please just save me, if you can, from my blasphemy in my wasteland. Somebody save me, please don't erase me. You should jam on my Tama drum set, lol. I would love to. I don't know where you live, but I would love to. If I'm ever in the area of whatever mysterious town you're in, then yeah, I'd love to. I would love to jam. But yeah, I need to get another drum set. Obviously, I got this cajon because I don't have... I can't put a drum set in my basement right now because my basement still floods. And so that's also why I haven't been using my bench, even though I literally have a bench set up in the basement. I haven't been able to use it because my basement keeps flooding and I don't want to put anything down there that I would then not be able to access. So yeah, I didn't go really hard on that song, but I do love me some Shine Down. Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, I didn't think that was good. I thought that was, you know, okay. I've done better. I've done worse. I've done a lot better, but I've also done a decent amount worse. So yeah. They still haven't fixed that. Yeah, no. My landlord's been really busy with stuff and just has not gotten around to putting the sump pump in the basement yet. But thankfully, the drain that he put in has made it to where it doesn't flood as badly. It still floods, but it's not like 2-3 feet like it was before. Now it's just the entire floor still gets wet, but it's not like you still don't want to be down there or put anything down there because it will get ruined, but it's not like standing water. It's still like, you know, if it rains really bad, it'll still be moist in the entire basement. So the plug has helped, but it's still not going to be perfect until he actually drills holes in the basement in order to install a proper sump pump, which he says he'll get to at some point. Yeah. I do really like my landlord and all that. It would be nice if that was taken care of sooner rather than later. I told him no rush on it just because because obviously it is technically not a priority when compared to people who's, you know, like having leaks and shit, but, you know, hopefully he'll get to it at some point. You don't live anywhere near me at all. I know. I don't even remember what state you said you live in, but, I mean, I know it's Midwest, but I don't know where. I mean, you said I should jam on it, so it's like, you know, I'm just saying. I'm trying to be nice and be like, hey, if I'm in the area, sure, but it's probably not going to happen, you know. But, you know, honestly, the only thing that I really don't like about this house is the fact that we don't get access to the garage, which is really frustrating. Because it's like my lawnmower and my bike just have to, like, sit in the backyard, which is annoying. But, you know, because theoretically someone could steal it. That is kind of annoying. I mean, I get it, because it's like, you know, he needs space for, like, his cars and stuff. I just don't understand why you would want, like, why you'd even want to store, like, your own stuff in, like, on your tenant's property. It doesn't make any sense. But, you know, I can't complain too much because, you know, three bedroom house, you know, if you include the basement, 3 bedroom, 3 story house with, although technically it's 2 story because I don't think basements count as a story unless it's finished, and it's definitely not finished. But, you know, still, you know, two floor, 3 bedroom, only 1 bath, but still 3 bedroom house with, you know, fenced in yard and off street parking. You know, it's a house. It's not a condo or an apartment for $700. You can't really complain too much. I don't know if I'm allowed to say how much. No, there's no restriction. Yeah, of course I can say how much my house is. That doesn't tell me. That doesn't say any personal information about me. But yeah, I mean, it's But that's the only thing. Is just the garage. Whenever I renew the lease in a few months, I'm kind of debating on asking him like if I can pay like an extra $50 and use the garage. Because to be fair, you know, in all fairness, like he did make it transparent and up front that we wouldn't have access to the garage for the first few months that we would live here. That is part of the reason why I was able to get the rent so cheap. Because it's actually $150 cheaper than my last place, despite it being the same landlord, and a year afterwards. And we know how bad the renters market has gotten in today's day and age, even in a small town like where I live. But because most places of this caliber are, you know, 850, 900, sometimes even 1,000. But you know, so it is what it is. But that's my biggest thing is because once once the summer hits, which we were kind of planning on doing a lot of that this summer, but a lot of other stuff just got in the way. So one of the other kind of agreements that we got this place so cheap is I am going to replace the carpet upstairs. So basically we're responsible for a lot of the excessive stuff. So like some pump, you know, that's something he'll do. If there's like a leak somewhere, he takes care of that. He takes care of the bigger stuff. We deal with the smaller stuff. So like, you know, we do our own like pest control. If there's, you know, a problem, if there's like a hole in the wall, we fix it. You know, if the carpet gets ruined, which the upstairs carpet already needs changed, but that's how it was when we moved in. So he did replace the downstairs carpet, thankfully, but he reused the padding for some reason. So, which I understand because you save money that way, but I don't know why you'd put brand new carpet on old stain padding. I can only assume that it was probably because he had just bought the house, so there wasn't probably enough equity into it to really justify that, which is totally understandable. And I would definitely rather that than not have it. So he's been really nice. He's been super nice. We've been on time on rent for like 95, or not 95, like 99% of the time we've rented from him. There's 1 or 2 months where we were like a week late, but you know, it wasn't even a big deal because we had been paying rent early all throughout COVID. So you know, there was like, so you know, he's been really nice. So he's been pretty good. So hasn't caused any problems or anything. So that's about it. How much rent is that again? $700. Where I am, a nice 2-bedroom apartment goes for $1,500 a month or more. Even a nice 1-bedroom can be $1,200 a month. See, there's kind of my point. Like, beggars can't be choosers, you know. Do I live in a fixer-upper? Yeah. Is it weird that I don't have access to my garage? Yeah. Does it suck the basement floods? Yeah. But for $700, it's got 4 walls. It has heat, and so he did fix the heat, and I believe this summer he'll fix the AC as well. And eventually, whenever, basically within a few years, because we'll be able to purchase a house in a few years. So we'll have the opportunity to buy this house at a really good price. So I can't complain. I'm very happy with the place. I mean, sure, I'm unhappy with it in some ways, but for the price, you can't complain. You know, this house has some problems. It needs some love. It definitely needs some love. There's a reason why this camera is pointed at this very nice I do love this like built-in like wood shelving, or like, it's like a built-in, what's the word, it's a rod where you can put hangers on and hang up your clothes. What is that called? Dresser? No. Closet? Yeah, closet. It's got a built-in closet right there with shelving above for storage, so I do love that. The rest of these walls are like, some of them are cracking. Like the drywall by the previous owners was done really poorly. The paint's peeling. Some of the walls are just like really weirdly like soft. So for now, we're going to sand, and there's no holes in this, so it needs sanded, it needs painted, and yeah. So, but honestly, and then there's that crack that needs sanded down. But it's not actually like an open crack. It's just a crack in the paint, it looks like. So that can probably just be sanded down and painted over. But yeah, closet. Yeah, closet. How's the kitchen? The kitchen's it's it needs work. The cabinets are, again, it's a fixer-upper. It is a fixer-upper. So the flooring is really bad. You've seen my floors. They're awful. They're like those peel and stick tiles. The ones in the bathroom don't stick anymore. They will just pull up. So it needs new flooring. But, and also like some of the walls in like the hallway are like, again, really soft. Like you can push on it. Almost like it was like, almost like they didn't like insulate it properly. Whenever they fixed the walls last, the previous owners, it's hard to explain, but again, all that stuff that can be fixed. So the floors can be replaced. The cabinets are really, really shitty, but they hold dishes. You can put stuff on them. Like they do their intended purpose. They're functional. They're not pretty, but they're functional. And the fridge works. Stove works. Stove's kind of being finicky, but it's not a big deal. We did just replace our washer and dryer because the old ones had gone out. Unfortunately, the people that sold our landlord this place were less than honest about the issues, because they said the basement didn't flood and they were full of shit. But yeah, so yeah, and I can only say that confidently because we did actually talk to, at one point, at least I think they said they were, we did talk to people that they just happened to be in the neighborhood, I think. I forgot, this was a long time ago, but we happened to talk to the people who had this house previously, and they were like, yeah, it needs a lot of stuff. But they were also like, oh, there's nothing like wrong with it, it's just all cosmetic, which yeah, for the most part that's right. There's no holes in an outside wall. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's all stuff that can be fixed, so I'm not worried about it. If anything, it'll be kind of fun because there's less pressure to like leave it. Because like when you live in a house that's already like really good condition, you almost don't want to mess with it, even if like, because if the paint looks good and all that, and the trim looks good, like you don't want to fuck with it because it looks good, even if it's not your style. But with something like this, this is all stuff that can be redone and redone in a way that we like. So I'm looking at the bright side of it. It's pretty good. And I don't know many people my age that can say that they actually live in a house and can actually afford it. So the fact is that we live in a house that has enough space for my vacuums and that I can pay for it with my YouTube income, which is fucking awesome. So again, thank you for all of you who have subscribed and watched the videos and sent super chats, because that has made it possible. So I love in a house, mom's house, lol. Live in a house. Okay, the correction sounds a lot better. But yeah, I don't live in mom's house. In fact, my mom lives in the area that just got hit with a hurricane. But thankfully, she's fine, and her apartment's fine. Thankfully. So it's kind of funny because my mom and both of my brothers live in apartments. I'm the only one out of all four of us that lives in a house. It's not a very good house. It's worse condition than all of their apartments, but it's a house. And it's pretty soon, in just a few short years, it's going to be mine. Well, mine and my fiance's, but yeah, like, can I really complain about that? And I certainly am not. Well, the idea of renting a place and then eventually buying it appeals to me the most, because it means that you can live in it and you can figure out everything that is wrong with it and know what you're getting into before you buy it. So you can't complain. I remember the last place you were in that had 80s long brown carpet. That's my dad's house. And so yeah, that's my dad's house. I still need to get there and get the rest of my stuff, but he keeps locking the screen door for some reason, so I can't get in. But yeah, and then of course the days that he's home happens to be the days where my fiance works, and we only have one vehicle, so it's been a whole clusterfuck. But I've been trying to get over there and get the rest of my stuff out of there. The rest of my vacuums, my furniture, my computer, my actual computer, and my gaming computer, and all my other like odds and ends, because I have so much stuff. So my shelves and all that, and the rest of my vacuums, which there isn't too many left. I think the only vacuums that are still in my dad's are there's the Destiny Plus, the Power Glide, the I think another Fury, but I could be wrong about that. There's a Red Auric, a DC-14, and a 7. Maybe a Whirlwind, I think. That's about it. There might be one or two others. So there's only a few vacuums left there that I still need to grab. Shag. Yeah. I still go over there once in a while and vacuum his carpet. Just because I like to. It's fun. Because that's usually what I would do, is I would just, because when I'm cleaning, I don't like other people being around, whether it's my house or anyone else's. But obviously, it's it's someone else's house. It's kind of feels weird. But I don't know if it feels weird with my dad, but But that's one thing that I'll do, is if I go over there and I grab more stuff out of my room whenever he's not there, I'll just, since he's obviously not there, it won't bother him. I just vacuum the whole house for him. I've tried to see if he ever notices, but I don't think he lets it get dirty enough to where he actually would notice if I had vacuumed. So that's the only thing. But yeah, there's a couple vacuums I still haven't even tried on that carpet yet, but it is what it is. I do like my carpet though, although there are still a couple machines that don't. Oh, I just bit my lip really bad. Oh fuck. But yeah, there are a couple machines that don't work on my downstairs carpet. So I might get a I'll probably get a lower pile carpet installed upstairs. Kind of similar to what the carpet that's there already, only less gross. The only thing is that I gotta find a place, because all the vacuums are upstairs. I gotta find a place to put all of them while the new carpet is being installed. And since the basement still floods, I can't put them down there. So it's kind of, that's the only thing, is it's kind of backed up my ability to, because there's two places that I could put the vacuums while I replace the upstairs carpet. I could put it in the second room up there. Yes?
I'm almost done.
Why?
I'm ready for bed.
Okay. I'll finish it up.
Please do.
I will. You could put a rainbow in that basement. There is one down there. It doesn't work, but there is one down there, to my knowledge. Hey, I'm new to your channel, and I've been liking the vids. Also recently got Abyssal Power Force Helix, and starting up a collection as well, of my own soon. Hope your night's going well. Thank you very much, Caleb. I hope your night's going well, too. But yeah, that's definitely a decent start to a collection. I know a lot of people will give collectors shit for starting out with machines that you can get at a store. But it's like, look, why does it matter? You start out with just whatever you can get your hands on, and then if you find some cooler shit, you find some cooler shit. That's how it always goes. I know I started out my collection with a basic Bissell, and a Dirt Devil, and a basic Phantom. So, I mean, yeah, whatever you want, start collecting. But yeah, I would just say, if you're new to collecting, then, hit up Craigslist, hit up Facebook Marketplace, hit up your local thrift stores. Anytime you see a garage sale, pull over and see if they have a vacuum. and there you go. It'll escalate from there, trust me. So I'm at the point where I have almost 200 vacuums. It used to be over 200 vacuums, but I think now that I've downsized a little bit, I think I have just under 200. Actually, that's probably not true. I'm probably still at 200. I'll have to do a head count, but yeah. Start with this one. 1. So yeah. Anyways, most of vacuums have to go soon. Oh. And you're still not offering shipping, right? Yeah, I figured. Or I should say I figure. But yeah, anyways. I had to move like 10 vacuums just to get to my heating oil tank to change the oil filter. Oof. Yeah. Well, I appreciate you, Tech Man. I appreciate everyone else who is in this chat. I appreciate Rick Hoover. I appreciate Caleb. And I don't know who else is still here, but I appreciate all of you beautiful people. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. It's 11:45. My fiance's tired and wants to go to bed. Obviously, I'm in the bedroom, so I got to wrap this up. I will eventually have my computer set up in the other room, so that's not a problem. And eventually upstairs. But for now, that's how it is. So, I will see you guys in the next stream and in the next video. There will be a new video that goes up on Thursday, possibly? Maybe Thursday, maybe Friday, it just depends. So, maybe Wednesday, who knows? Tomorrow. So, either way, there's a video coming soon, like there always is. Subscribe if you want to see it the second it comes out. Also, subscribe to Intelitech Mobile as well, my second channel. So, subscribe to that as well if you want to see some phone content or video game content, any of that sort of stuff, any sort of general technology or mobile technology, whether it's laptops, phones, Xboxes. Those aren't that mobile, but you get the idea. Then go subscribe to Intelitech Mobile. Anyways, this is Intelitech Studios signing out. I hope you all have a great rest of your night. Have a good one. Peace.